video too, so there's gonna be mad because this is the most time the time my channel is like the most popping, you know what I'm saying? So we live in this bitch. We'll wait for some people to get in here and then I'll start talking. I'm about to post this shit again on my Snap too. What you been up to today though, bro? Nothing.
A little bit of studying. Like, remember I told you that exam tomorrow, but I don't know because of the hurricane down here. It might be delayed, but I don't know too much yet. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. Hey, bro, if I lag out, just know this power gone.
Yeah, shit, bro. We had an earthquake today, like where I'm at, and we don't get earthquakes, like straight
where?
up, like crazy
Upstate
shit.
New York?
Nah, in Rhode Island. That's where I'm from.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Was it a big one?
Bro, it was like a magnitude 4, bro. So that's like kind of decent, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like still.
So your shit was vibrating.
Yeah, I didn't feel it because I was slumped.
Shit.
Because I was slumped, but my grandfather was like, because I was at his crib earlier with my grandparents, and they was like, "Yo, you felt the earthquake?" I was like, "Nah, but that's crazy."
Right. Man, we're gonna chop it up about everything over here. We're gonna talk about fitness.
Got to, bro. We gotta talk about everything. We'll start with the fitness first and like get viewers, and then we'll start talking about the crazy bitches, bro. That shit'll be funny. I'm gonna delete this shit after too. I want to know evidence, bro.
Shit. You know that means we're going all out in this one. Let's get it.
We got to. Hold on, I'm posting it on my Snapchat right now. I know there's gonna be some nosy ass heads out from my Snapchat that pop in this shit, bro.
No cap.
Yeah, I don't wanna miss this stream. Run it up. Yo, what was I gonna say, bro? I did another yoga day today, bro. Because my legs was shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just after fucking that leg day, bro. You can't work out like that like multiple days a week. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you need at least 2 rest days after. Because I was trying to go to the gym today and like work out my upper body and shit because my shoulders been all fucked up and shit. But yeah, it was crazy. What up, Chris?
I gotta hit a yoga after this right here, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, yoga's fire. I'm open the stream too, in case anybody wants to hop in. So let's start talking about the I'm open the stream too. But let's talk about the fitness first, bro. So Paul, what you been doing like for your workout routine? Because I know, you know what I'm saying, I know you be doing like the calorie deficit and all that, but just fill me in, bro. Fill me in.
All right, so for the longest time I had a little bit of an issue, meaning I cared too much about the weight on the scale rather than, you know, putting myself, like my physique on top. That's why you saw the Instagram picture. You saw that skinny ass 190 compared to 204. And it was like night and day. And I wasn't satisfied for the longest because I wasn't 190, even though I look like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the difference is what I'm focusing on now that I lost all the weight. I went from 240 to 190. I lost all that weight. What I'm focused on now, waking up every day, 8 p.m., going to that gym. You know what I mean? Doing a warm-up cardio, but the sets that I do, I don't weight lift for power. You know what I mean? I don't do high numbers, high that. My focus on is aesthetics, high reps, high sets.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? Burnouts. I don't care if I could bench 3 plates. I can, but I just don't do it because I don't want to do three reps. I wanted to go for 15. I want to go for 20. Really tear that fiber apart. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
To the point where it starts cramping. That's my workout style right there. Supersets, high reps, a lot of sets, tension, constant tension, less rest break, and keep going at it. And I do a little bit of cardio in the beginning. I remember I used to jump rope every day. I used to do the cardio. I think you saw that video. That jump rope that just was going crazy.
Yeah.
For real, the cardio was serious. And then when I lost all the weight and it was time to start building that muscle, I toned down on the cardio from 6 days a week to 3 days a week. More weightlifting, more eating. Now I'm eating more. You know, now I'm consuming more because I'm trying to bulk up while still trying to stay in that, you know, that slim category. You know what I mean? How about you, bro? What you doing?
Yeah, definitely. With me, bro, I'm just working out like a savage, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the videos. But really, like, people think that like I just go in there and y'all just weight around like I'm an ego lifter, bro. Like a lot of people in the gym say that because I do be pushing heavy ass weight. But the same amount of weight that I do, I'm also doing yoga flexibility speed training, football shit, DB shit. Because I play corner, so I have to be the best athlete on the field. In my honest opinion, corners is the most athletic position on the football field because we have to backpedal, we have to react, we have to do everything what the receiver's doing, but backwards. You know what I'm saying? So as much weight training as I'm doing just as much flexibility, yoga, whatever. And right now, I know y'all probably think it's crazy because I just squatted 500 a couple of days ago, but I'm not really going for heavy ass weight. I'm just gonna push a max like that probably once every 2 weeks. You know what I'm trying to say? Because what I'm trying to do is I've been doing 100 box jumps a day, all types of variations, hold it over my head, weight with like a weight, hold it on my chest. So I'm just isolating my legs. I can box jump like basically my height, so 5'9", like just about. So really what I'm trying to do, safety too, corner safety, exactly. I consider all DBs is defensive back is the most athletic position on the football field, corners and safeties. But anyway, all I'm doing right now is speed training and vertical jump training. So squats are a big part of how much power you can put in the ground. And I went from a 465, I could not get past 465 in the summer. And then I just hit 505 because from probably since I got home about a month ago until when I maxed out, I was just doing quarter squats. So quarter squats is really good, working on your explosion. Box squats, more box jumps. I've been doing 1,000 reps on a jump rope every day too. So my upper body, my shirts don't really fit as tight because I feel like I'm losing a little bit of mass. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's all going to my legs, and it's all going to me getting faster, me getting more flexible, me getting stronger. So by the time I'm able to go hoop, and I bet money I'll be dunking, I'm gonna upload a video on it. I'm being.
Bro, we in the building.
What up, we out here. We out here.
Oh shit,
what's going on?
All right, let's get so Chris. Talk about your workout routine, bro. Let me see what you got going on a weekly, daily basis.
So for me, I train for performance. My favorite thing is power and strength. So for me, I follow a powerlifting routine. So I focus on the numbers on my squat, my deadlift, my overhead press, my bench, and a little accessory work here and there. You know, I like to do. You know, I still like to look good, you know, have my body chiseled a little bit, but I focus on my strength and my power. And then, you know, I do a little bit of cardio every now and then, you know, 2-3 days a week, something medium, light, just to keep my heart healthy, you know what I'm saying, and be able to recover properly, get that blood flow, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
We got different. Me and Chris, we different, bro. What you say?
We all got different things, but mainly what I've been doing too is I do a little bit of cardio, like probably every day. Like I do the stair climber for about 20 minutes and the jump roping too, because I'm really trying to get shredded. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm a calm 190 right now. I gained about 2 pounds. I don't know how. I went from like 193 to 188, and I'm back at 192. I'm not really stressed about it. Could be water weight, could be whatever. But I've just been doing more cardio, trying to get my legs stronger because I'm just trying to get faster. You know, I'm trying to get my vertical up. Chris, too, another thing I was going to tell you, the reason I think that I was able to hit 505, because remember a month ago, I was asking you about the box squats and the quarter squats and all that. That shit gets you way strong, bro, because I was doing them for like a month. And then I just tried to PR, bro. And that 505 I did for 3. So I definitely could push a higher number, bro. Them quarter squats really get you right, bro. I appreciate you telling me that, too.
I was doing some research on those maybe 2 weeks ago because I remember when you brought it up, and I just want to, you know, see what the literature says. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the literature actually says that doing quarter squats, half squats is optimal for athletic performance. So just like you was trying to do vertical jump, you know, broad jumps, anything that's plyometric, you know, on a field or on a court, the quarter squats, the half squats is what's optimal for that. So you on the right path for sure.
Definitely, them shits is fire, bro. Because I was like, damn, like I don't really feel like that. Because too, I'd be sore as fuck all the time, even though I drink a gallon and shit. So I let my body recover, and then I went and hit a new max, and that shit felt nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing, but like that shit felt easier than pushing a normal max would.
I feel like every man, when they're working out, they need to have like a goal, whether it may be to look a certain way or push a certain number. Because when I was listening to Chris, it's completely opposite for me. Like I honestly don't care how much weight I could lift. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm benching with one of my friends. He says we're throwing on 3 plates on each side. I'm like, okay, cool. He said, well, what, are you trying to max out? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to hit reps. I don't know what this max out weight stuff. But, you know, I don't care how high I go. I'm trying to get that pump, get that tension, full range of motion. Because when you're training aesthetically, you're training for numbers. You're training for, you know, endurance, lifting the amount of weight for a certain amount of time. And that's what that athletic, chiseled, tone, defined look is going to give you, which is what my motivation is that look, that appearance, while other people's motivation is going to be those numbers, pen on paper. What did I do last week? What did I do this week? You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what your goal is, as long as you have one. That's what's going to make you go in the gym day in and day out, which is why people say, how could I get motivated in the gym? You don't have a goal, whether it may be the numbers or your look. You got to stick to that.
Yeah, dudes be walking around in the gym with like a chicken with their head cut off, bro. Like dudes don't know what the fuck they're doing in the gym. You need to have a routine. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to have an executed plan to execute that bitch every single day. You feel what I'm saying? But Chris, what was you gonna say, bro?
I was gonna say it was funny because a subscriber of mine actually asked me, like maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, he asked, do you have a set routine every day you go in the gym, or do you just go in and do, what you feel like doing, what you had the most fun doing? I'm like, hell no. Every single day I walk in that gym, I know what I'm doing. So as soon as I walk in, it don't matter what I feel like doing. It don't matter what my favorite lifts are and what I love to do. It's okay. Today I got front squats followed by deficit Romanian deadlifts, followed by weighted pull-ups, followed by XYZ. It's not just going in there and wandering around, because then my comparison was telling him about how, think about life. You don't just navigate life just going day by day, doing what you feel like doing. No, in life, you have goals. You got short-term, you got long-term goals. It's the same with the gym. You got to have short-term, long-term goals. No matter what your goal is or how far or close it is, you got to have a plan. I tell niggas every day, I spend like a quarter of my day on YouTube watching powerlifting videos, strongman videos, trying to figure out the best ways to optimize my training and my performance. You know what I'm saying? I always got a plan for my goal, just like y'all do.
Yeah, definitely. And J Rick, I don't really use Smith machines, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's more Planet Fitness, more intermediate when you're first starting out lifting. I'm not gonna diss you if you do one, but honestly, they really don't have any benefits for me. And I feel like Chris and Paul can feel the same. They're good for working out your form and like working out in like a safe environment, if that makes sense. Like you're lifting safe. There's very, very minimal risk of injury. But as far as working out for strength, working out for balance, because when you squat, even like when I was squatting that 500, I had to balance that bitch out. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's helping my core in a way. That's helping my body be able to balance out. So when you on a Smith machine, there's no type of balance, no type of nothing. It's just all probably working on your form. And I feel like honestly, a Smith machine is just like a safety net for people that are just starting to work out. You know what I'm trying to say? But as soon as you start putting up bigger numbers, getting stronger, getting bigger, I would start to ease away from the Smith machines. You feel what I'm saying? What y'all got to say on that?
For Smith machines is basically there's a good and there's a bad. It has its purpose. So like certain exercises you could do on a Smith machine that you could really, help you with. So like calf raises, you put the bar over your back and you just do calf raises. You don't have to worry about your balance. Smith machine right there. Upright rows where you're just going up and down just like that, working on your traps, working on your rear shoulders, just like that. You know what I mean? And it's also a beginner entry, way to start squatting, working on your form, working on your bench press form, trying to get the right range of motion. Because when you're on a Smith machine, a machine is keeping the bar still for you. When you go to a bench press, you got to keep it still yourself. So it's a lot of secondary muscles that are activated in a bench press or when you're squatting rather than with the Smith machine. So what I got to say on that is basically, if you're a beginner, Smith machine can help you with that form, with getting used to the machines. And if all the benches are taken, don't be afraid to use the Smith machine. You know what I mean? Get that work in. You don't have to wait for nobody. Same thing, but just different, a different mojo. Just get right into it. And for different exercises, like I said, calf raises, upright rows, a whole bunch more that I'm not listing can be really, useful and impactful on that Smith machine.
Definitely.
So with Smith machines, in my opinion, they're not good for form because you don't activate none of those stabilizer muscles. You don't activate any of the core. You don't activate all those secondary and tertiary muscles that activate. So say you doing a squat in a Smith machine, like CG said, you don't have to activate the core. Depending on where your feet is, where you had your feet stance at, and the width of your feet, the ankles of your toes, you're not activating hamstrings, glutes, which is what they're good for at the same time. If anybody knows who Tom Platz is, he's one of the best bodybuilders of all time. He probably had the best lower body, definitely quads of all time. And he would go in the gym and he would get on the Smith machine, and you angle your body a certain way where every time you hit a squat, it's only hitting the quads, you know what I'm saying? Or like Paul said, calf raises, you know, it's got its purposes, you know, but the Smith machine is really just another way to like isolate certain muscles. You know, I don't recommend using it to practice form because it's a lot of muscles that you really not activating. You know, a funny story.
Yeah.
I had a friend in high school. He only worked out at Planet Fitness, you know, which is cool. Ain't nothing wrong with Planet Fitness, but you know, they only got the Smith machines. So he was so used to the Smith machine that in our school, in our football gym, we, you know, regular barbells. So we was benching, you know, just chilling in the AM, it's in the morning. And, you know, he wanted to try. So he got down there and he was like, I'm only used to the Smith machine. Everybody was like, oh, okay, whatever that means. He gets under the bar. It's wobbling everywhere. Like it's flailing around all these crazy directions. And it was because he never practiced the stabilization. He never practiced the things that are necessary for a barbell bench press, you know. So it's got its pros and cons, like Paul said.
Yeah, definitely. Do we do any type of boxing? No, I don't do boxing. I would like to. I feel like it's good cardio. I want to learn how to throw some hands too. But nah, I don't do no boxing.
Nah, the closest thing I do to boxing is like jump roping, which is like endurance based to keep your form right, keep your calves. That's how my calves got big, actually, from jump roping every single day for like 5 months. That's how my calves grew, because that constant tension going up and down. It's literally reps, going for like 5 minutes straight. That's how you get your calves big. You know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the more reps you do, the bigger the muscle will get, and then the more weight you press, the stronger it will get. You know what I mean? Because there's two types of muscles. Like there's type 1 and there's type 2. I did a little research behind it, and I think I'm wrong, or I'm right. But type 1 is like the amount of, you know, reps you do, the you know, how big it will get, and then type 2 is the activation of, you know, force output. So I feel like different workouts activate those different type of muscles. And if you're calf raising for say like 300 pounds and you're doing 3 to 4 calf raises, your calves are going to get strong as hell, yes. But if you're not burning out that calf, how is it going to grow? You know what I mean? So that's what I got to say about that.
Because I feel like when you tear the muscle, that's when it grows. You feel what I'm saying? But yo, I was gonna ask you, bro, because I've been doing 1,000 reps on a jump rope a day, bro. My shit, I feel like I'm getting shin splints, bro. Like my calf is OD tight, fucking mad sore, bro. So how do I help that? I've been icing lacrosse ball foam rolling, just regular foam rolling. So how do I help that too? I was gonna ask you.
So keep drinking your gallons of water a day. You got to keep drinking that. I don't know if you're taking creatine. If you take creatine, you're going to have to drink even more, because ever since I started taking creatine, my muscles would cramp after a workout. Like if I put my arms straight, my triceps will start cramping. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So I have to keep drinking more and more water. You getting those shin slips, you got to keep drinking more and more water. Just know, don't push yourself too much. It's good to push yourself when you know it's gonna you know, affect you negatively. Take a little break. If you can't go 5 minutes straight, you know, massage that calf out and get right back to it. It's only a little bump in the road, and you're gonna get over it, bro.
Definitely. Mind muscle connection. Wait, not yet, Chris. You go, bro.
Oh, just to answer James' question about boxing. From the ages of 10 to 14, I was actually a boxer. I love boxing. Wonderful sport. I encourage all men to you don't got to be boxing, but you know how to throw some hands. And tying in with what Paul was talking about, the types of muscle fibers. You right. There's type 1, type 2 A's and B's, all of that. But there's also different types of muscle development. So you have sarcoplasmic and you have myofibril, right? So sarcoplasmic is that muscle development you get when you do more like bodybuilding, more of that high reps. What that does is, in layman's terms, it sends more fluids to the muscle, it sends more vitamins to the muscle, so you get like that bigger look. That's where you get that voluminous look from doing all those reps. The myofibril muscle development is where the actual fiber grows and it gets thicker and thicker. That's what happens when you lift a lot of heavy weight. So that's why you could take a dude who is a power lifter or a strong man and a bodybuilder, and they could weigh the same and be the same height, but they have different, it's a different look. Like the bodybuilder look is different than the power lifter look, you know, because it's two different kinds of muscle fiber developments, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because my boy Joe, he's a bodybuilder, and we like the same height, similar type of build, you know what I'm saying, broad shoulders, but like our builds is just way different, because I'm more of like an athlete, like a raw athlete type look, and he's just a straight bodybuilder, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, definitely I agree with that. And then mind muscle connection tips. Hold on. Is it possible to have good form but still don't feel the muscle working? Mind muscle connection tips. Do you mean like you, Chris? You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, so he means like when you doing an exercise, you know how they say you should feel the muscle. You know, like if you're doing a
Yeah,
bicep curl, you should be have your mind connected to the bicep. So,
yeah,
in my opinion, the biggest mind muscle connection tip is to have bigger, stronger muscles. And I say that, you know, a lot of guys don't understand what I'm saying, but here's an example. You know, everybody could flex a bicep. Everybody could flex a bicep. Most guys could flex their chest. But if you ask most guys to flex their lats, they not gonna know what they're doing. They're gonna be doing all kind of like, what do you mean? I can't even feel my lats. Like you don't feel your lats until they get a certain size and a certain strength. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start feeling my back until I hit a certain size, a certain strength threshold. So my biggest mind muscle connection tip, if that's what you care about, is getting bigger, getting stronger. And is it possible to have good form and still don't feel the muscle working? Yes, because if you watch me do something like barbell rows, I do a lot of body English. I do a lot of body English. I don't feel anything, but I still get stronger from the rows, and I might feel it the next day. You know what I'm saying? I might not feel it when I put the bar down, but I feel it when I wake up. You know, even
yeah.
though even if I do have good form, I still might not feel the muscle. I'm just going through the motion, but I'm gonna still feel it later on when I have my, muscle soreness the next day. You know, y'all can expound on that.
Definitely. Oh, after my leg day too, specifically, like after I squatted, like I wasn't really that sore. Like after my leg days, I'm really not that sore. Like right after the workout, because I stretch, I foam roll, I do whatever. But then the next day I wake up and I'm like, damn, everything hurting. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like too, I know my form's good because I'm able to put up numbers. I'm not getting hurt anymore. So obviously I know my form is good. So definitely it's possible to have good form. And two, the mind muscle connection tips, I don't know what he was talking about, but now that Chris explained it, is that you really want to concentrate on the body part that you're working, especially in like a curling type of motion. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't really feel it as much when I'm doing like a pushing type of motion, but if I'm doing like a curling type of motion, like for example, like a quad hamstring curl, or like a bicep curl, you really can feel the muscle working. You know what I'm trying to say? And two, because I do yoga a lot, so when I do hamstring stretches, hip stretches, when you breathe and you have your eyes closed, you just concentrate on the muscle, concentrate on opening your hips up, concentrate on stretching out that hamstring. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and I just want to say this before I forget, Paul, you go right after, but like you just said, you have to concentrate on the muscle, so you have to know what you're lifting the weight for, and you have to keep that in mind. So a good example is when I'm doing rear delt work. Rear delt work is very hard to get rear delt work in unless you isolate, and it's a very small muscle. So I have to really concentrate when I'm doing rear delt work. I really have to concentrate and think about burning that muscle out. Whereas, if I'm doing a squat, I don't have to think about burning my legs unless I want to, unless I'm trying to get that hypertrophic activation. I don't have to concentrate on my legs for them to burn. If I'm repping out 225 for 4 sets of 15, they're going to burn regardless or no matter what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
So what I gotta say about mind muscle connection is I was kind of forced to become like trained bodybuilding wise, going for reps and reps and reps. But because of when COVID happened, all the gyms was closed, and that's when I was serious about grinding, getting on my stuff. You know what I mean? Because female nature hit, and I was at the bottom, and I was like, you know what? It's time to step it up. I ain't gonna be this low no more. So in my backyard, all I had was 2 30-pound dumbbells and a barbell that goes up to 45 pounds on each side, so 90 pounds. What I had to do to focus and grow was slow down. You know what I mean? Slow the reps down and really pay attention and squeeze after each, going up and going down. Really squeeze, because with 30 pounds, there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? There's only the exercises they're going to get too light at that point. And if you're going, you're curling and you're going up and down like that with only 30-pound dumbbells, what are you doing? You're not going to feel no burn. Even if you have good form, your back is straight, you're standing tall, and you're just curling up, down, up, down, up, down. You're doing good form, but you're not going to feel it because maybe the weight's too light, or maybe your muscles developed enough for the weight that you're lifting. So what I had to do to kind of find a loophole around it, do more reps, but slow the hell down. With only those two accessibilities in my backyard, I had to do a lot of calisthenics, and the calisthenics were getting too damn light. I was over here repping out 50 dips, but they weren't good. Them shits was fast as hell. And then when I was like, you know what, this is too easy, I had to slow down, full range of motion, mind muscle connection, go up, go down with the dips. I realized I could really only do 25. And I was like, damn, I was fooling myself the whole time because I was going too fast and I wasn't focusing on growing that muscle. So now, you know, when you have the good form and you're slowing the hell down and you're breathing, you're inhaling when you go up, you're exhaling when you're going down, depending on how much weight you do, then you're going to really feel it because you're giving that muscle full range of motion and you're slowing it down so it really is forced to activate. So that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, definitely.
You ever try gymnast rings, Paul?
The rings?
You ever try gymnast rings?
Nah, bro. I don't know where to hook them up in my backyards. The trees are too spread apart. I couldn't do it, bro.
Man, if you got like a football field by you or anything, you could hook them up to the like field goal post or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I've seen somebody doing that the other day.
When the calisthenics get easy, bro, get them gymnast rings. Like the gymnast rings, when I first started, like I could bang, like you said, you was hitting 50 dips. I could bang out 50 dips. I could bang out 20 pull-ups straight. I could bang out 100 push-ups. On them gymnast rings, it was 6 dips. It was 9 pull-ups. You know, It was 12 push-ups. And I was sore for like 2 months straight doing the gymnast rings. I got big as hell. It give you the same soreness that powerlifting give you. Is the gymnast rings are cold as hell, bro. So like, if you could find somewhere to get them, like in the summertime, hook them up, get you some gymnast rings, bro.
That, bro, I'm gonna check that out.
I might need to invest in them. But Paul, let's get to the crazy stories, bro. You started first with the girl that was gonna slash your tires, bro. I want to hear that.
Oh man, she was gonna slash my tires. Oh yeah, that one girl. But before that, man, these girls are wild, bro. You got to really be careful when you start leveling up. For the longest, I used to have a friend that would always pull girls. This dude was a Chad, you know what I mean? Always pulling girls. I'm like, bro, it's like I made the analogy when I was leveling up before I got to where I am now. It's like I'm in the dugout. I'm seeing him go up to the plate and hit home runs. I'm like, damn, if he could do it, I could do it too. Then I go up to the plate and I keep striking out. And then he just told me, just got to keep doing it over and over and over again. And eventually it's going to get there. So fast forward to now where I'm actually in the field and I'm actually getting able to, you know, pull my weight and do what I do. And you really don't get a sense of who is really out there. You know what I mean? Until you actually get a taste of it. So like I was telling CG last night, we were chopping it up and I get invited to this girl's house, right? And, you know, we already know what type time we're on. You know, it's like 8 p.m. And I'm like, cool. I know what's going down. So I go in the bathroom. I said, I got to use the bathroom real quick. I go in the bathroom and I'm trying to, you know, fix myself up. I look in the drawer to see she has like a hairbrush so I can brush my hair real quick. And tell me why I see like 50, I'm talking about 50 pills. And I'm like, what the heck? All for the same name. I'm like, oh, this is her. And I'm like, whoa. So I have experience with like medicine, so I know what is for what. These are all psychological pills for you know, brain functionality to keep you sane. I'm like, bro, what did I just get myself into? So I walk out the bathroom and instantly she has a look on her face. She's like, I know what you saw. I'm like, I ain't seen nothing. She said, I know what you saw. I'm like, she's like, before you even say anything, I'm not crazy. I'm like, I know you're not crazy. I know, listen. But my mom called me. I gotta be out. All right, she needed me to check up on her or something. She's like, no, you're not leaving. Don't do this to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, what I get myself into. So I said, please, I gotta go. At this point, she's holding on to me. She said, you're not going no. I'm like, so I had to like take your arms off.
You gotta give that bitch the Heisman, bro.
I had to like give her the stiff arm. I gave her the stiff arm and I dipped. She knew what car I pulled up in because this is our second time linking. The first time was like a little date. So she don't live too far from me. So then I think like a week later, I'm at Publix, you know, getting my you know, bread, my stuff to make my post-workout meal coming from the gym. And I'm walking out and I look at my car. I'm like, oh, who is that? I see her. She's looking in my windows in like that. And she goes to grab her keys. And she's like, I see her about to dig something in my car. I start running. I'm talking about some sprints. I'm like, hey, what you doing? She said, like a deer with headlights. Deer headlights looked at me, and she kicked rocks. I'm like, bro, what did I get myself into? That was last week, bro. This was last week.
That's
I'm like, what did I get myself into? So just be careful.
Wait, yo, so hold up. Was that your Halloween weekend too?
No, that wasn't my Halloween weekend. That was right before.
Oh, yeah. So that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because my Halloween weekend, bro, that shit was funny, bro. I said, yo,
what happened to your Halloween weekend, bro?
I said, yo, I'm not even playing with you. Get up out of my crib. She started, no. That man was punching the air and shit. But nah, so fucking, I'll run it back. So we're chilling, right? And I gotta pull up like the missed call log on my phone so I can do like a little demonstration because, bro, every girl that I mess with, obviously I know she's fucking other dudes. Like I always say, you're never the only one, but you just try to be the favorite. So we're chilling, right? Trying to figure out moves to go out, bro. And bro, like the missed calls was like this, like blatant, like right in my face, like showed it to me and like held it there because she was trying to call her friend to see what the moves was. So this bitch is always calling me like a whore, you a hoe, you this, you that, you light skin, you a slut, you for the streets, you for the highway. Because she watches my video. She probably watching the shit right now. Her and her friends probably where the dislikes come from. But anyway, so she like she's always saying that to me. So I said on some slight shit, bro. I shouldn't even said nothing. But I was like, yo, I said, don't be saying I'm for the streets when you're the one with missed calls from your ex at 2 a.m. and missed calls from other niggas from your school at like 1:30 in the morning. Obviously, I know what it is. And I said, I don't care because I don't care what you do in my presence, but it's the fact that you're disrespecting me and blatantly showing me. And then I was like, she started arguing, saying I'm for the streets. Oh, so she goes, oh, like this. That's the first thing I said. She goes, oh, so you can talk to other girls, but when I have other guys in my phone, it's a big deal. She's like twitching and shit, going crazy, bro, right? So then I'm like, you know what? I'm not even trying to argue with you. I'm not even trying to play with you. I said, just like this. I said, get up out my crib. And then she started punching the air and shit like this. I was like, oh no, like I love, like, bro, all this types of crazy shit, right? So then fucking, I'm like, you know what? I pulled up the Uber app, right? And I said like that, and I was like, yo, type in your address, and I was like, I'll get you Uber home. And then she started bugging out more, bro, bugging out more. And I'm like, you know what? I'll chill out, whatever. So she goes to the bathroom, like trying to throw up and shit, bro. Like it was such a drag, bro. It was so fucked. It was so fucked. Bro. I'm sitting there like this, like what the fuck do I do, bro? Like this shit was so crazy, bro. And
hey,
like,
bro.
Yeah, the bottom line is, bro, when they know they get caught, bro, they just cry and like make you seem like the asshole, bro. Like obviously I know what it is, and bro, this was on some slight shit too. So when I was telling her to go get a ride home, right? I was like, yo, because she said that one of the niggas that FaceTimed her, right, was calling to go scoop her and her girls in New Hampshire, right? so I told her, I go, yo, if this nigga would drive 2 hours from Massachusetts to New Hampshire to go get you, how come he can't get you here? She started bugging out more, bro. You should have seen her face, like a deer in headlights when I hit her with some logic. Because I'm only probably like an hour away from where she's from, you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously, like the nigga would drive to come get her, and I was like, yo, obviously nobody's making a drive at 2 a.m. for 2 hours if they're not getting nothing. Like I'm like, what I am on drugs, bro? Like you know what I'm saying? Like delusional, bro. Must think I'm delusional. And so I was like, yo, if homeboy can drive 2 hours to come get you, why can't he come get you here? And I said it just like that. And then she started bugging out more. Like it was so crazy, bro. It was so crazy. That's really it. I hit her with some logic too. And then she was like crying.
Nah, you can't do that, bro. They're not ready for all that. But it is what it is, bro. Chris, you got any stories, bro? What happened?
I got a story I can tell on YouTube. So yeah, we'll go with that one. So probably my crazy experience that I could tell on YouTube is I was driving. I was with this chick, right? And I'm from Detroit, and I love driving. And she was from a suburb of the city, but she had never really been through the city like that for real. So I pick her up. You know, we went out to eat at another suburb that was closer to the city. And then, you know, we went riding around because that's what I love to do. You know, Saturday night, I like riding. So I'm riding through the streets. You know, I ride through my hood, some other hoods. We go downtown, and it get real silent, like at one point. And mind you, I had only been out with this girl twice. This was the third time I was out with this chick, and we was just riding, and it get real silent. And then, you know, she talking about how, oh, like you look so sexy when you driving and all this. And I'm like, you know, I'm just saying like, yeah. But apparently this chick was a nympho or something like that, right? So she unfastens her seatbelt and she started reaching like for my meat. I ain't gonna say on your live stream, but she started reaching for my meat. And so I'm driving. I'm on the freeway. I'm on the Lodge Freeway. It's a freeway in the city. I'm on the Lodge Freeway driving, hitting like 75. And she's grabbing on my meat, like trying to get to my meat through my pants. And I'm like, hold on, like, what the hell is you doing? Like, I'm driving. I'm on the freeway right now. Like, what are you doing? And she was just screaming like, I need it. I want it so bad. I need it. I want it so bad. And so I'm assuming this chick was a nympho, like she was a sex addict or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're fighting, like I'm in the car and we're fighting because she's going for my meat and I'm whipping with one hand on the freeway going 75 miles per hour. And so this went on for like 2 minutes. The music is loud as hell. It's dark. It's late. In the city is hella cars driving fast as hell, all these Chargers and Dodges and all that. So I'm kind of freaking out. She's wrestling with me trying to get to my pants and we fighting. So eventually I pull up off the freeway. I get up off an exit somewhere in my hood where I know where I'm at. And like, I got out of character and I just started yelling at her. Like I'm calling her all kind of names. I'm getting emotional. Like I'm freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the whole ride back, she started crying. All this, I went the whole ride home. No music. It's silent. I'm just driving. Took her back to her suburb. It was like 40 minutes away. No music. She crying the whole time. I dropped her off. I told her, don't ever talk to me again.
Wow.
And if you try, I'm never talking to you again. Let her out the car. Let her out of the crib. Never saw her again after that.
Where was y'all heading?
Back to her house.
Okay.
Like we was in. Like I was ending. Well, I wasn't going to end the date until she started bugging. You know, I was just riding cooling, but then she started bugging. So then I had to chill, pull up, cuss her out for a minute, which is out of character. I don't advise men to do that, but I cussed her out and then I took her straight to the crib, to her house. Never talked to her again.
Yo, see you.
Wait, no, Paul, you go.
Oh, we was talking about like encounters with succubuses. You know what I mean? Like, you know, girls with like after you get done, and it's like, why do I feel this negative energy attached to me? Why am I feel so you know, pulled down, feeling stuff like that? It's because, you know, they're a succubus. You know what I mean? And it's not until too late because of your lustful nature that you figure out what you got yourself into. So, Chris, you have any like encounters with succubuses while on, you know, semen retention streak or no fab? You know, what you got, bro?
I had that happen one time. This was spring of this year. This was like end of winter, beginning of spring. And I got with this chick. We went out once. And after the first date, like she was feeling me. I was feeling her. So we went to the crib. This was the day that taught me, like, I'm not taking chicks home after the first date no more after that. So we get back to my crib. And I wasn't really trying to, like, you know, have sex with her for because I didn't know her like that. I was just going to, you know, get some top. Okay. So I get the top, you know, we do that. And, you know, she leave. I go to bed. I wake up. I got vertigo. Y'all know what vertigo is?
Yeah.
Like, so like my equilibrium was off. Like I got up, I was dizzy. I couldn't like find myself. That's never happened to me before. So I'm like, what the hell? So then I'm feeling lethargic for like 4 days in a row. I had vertigo for 2 days in a row. I was lethargic for 4 days in a row. I had no appetite. My workouts was trash. I just felt like garbage. And I never knew what it was. But then this rapper I listened to named Saw Baby, he did they pull up with the stick. So listen, he got a song called Tongue Demon on his new album. He got a song called Tongue Demon. And it's one of my favorite songs by him now. And when I first listened to it, like it brought me back to when she was topping me off. Like the way it sounded was the way the head felt, because the head was godly. Like the succubi are always the ones with the best skills. Like this the best head I ever had. But the way the song sounded was the way the head felt. So I'm sitting there like, hold on. So I'm reading the lyrics. I listened to the song like 10 times. I'm like, tongue demon. He talking about tongue demon, like a chick that's a demon with her mouth. So then I was like, so that's what that was. That's why I was feeling sick. I was tired. I had no balance. I couldn't sleep. I had no appetite. That's what that was. She was a freaking tongue demon, bro.
That's wild, bro. Nah. I remember when I was working at Planet Fitness, I got with this like 27-year-old when I was 17, bro. And she wasn't no succubus, bro, but like she set the standard for me. Like she set the bar right here, and no girl has ever been able to get mop like that ever, bro. Like it's like out of everything, bro. Like her shit ruin the standards for me, bro. Like anytime a bitch gives me some up, bro, I'm not satisfied no more, bro. Because bro,
older chicks mess the standards up, bro.
Yeah,
older chicks mess the standards up.
They really do, bro. That's just crazy. But Paul, what was you gonna say, bro?
Oh man, the succubus is real, bro. Because I remember back when I was on my first streak, it was like I cut out the hub entirely, and the enemy or low vibrational entities knew that I wasn't going back on the hub, so they needed to find another way to steal my energy. And it was like this was before I knew about female nature and all of that and all this spiritual stuff. So this girl just comes in my life, just comes in, and it's like so easy. I'm like, why is it so easy to try to, I don't even have to pursue. Everything's just coming to me. And the time I realized it was a succubus is when she was a succubus is when, I lost my energy. I gave it to her, right? I didn't feel any different. But the thing is, I stopped working out. I stopped hitting the gym. I stopped doing this. I stopped eating right. And, I was back in where I started. And you know where she was? She hightailed it out of there. She wasn't there no more. You know what I mean? It's like, all she wanted was the business and the dip. And it left me back where I started. And that's when I realized I put two and two together. Oh, I'm dealing with a succubus. I just dealt with a succubus. And now I got to tighten my game up so I don't have to ever deal with that again. Or even if you do deal with succubuses, not to, you have the discernment to weave away from that. And I'm at the point right now in my journey where I don't got time for no succubuses right now. I'm too focused. And even if I were to give a girl my energy or release to a low vibrational girl, I'm still hitting the gym tomorrow. I still got my meal plan. I'm still working out. I'm still doing this. I still got my YouTube, still got my schoolwork. I'm not getting knocked off path. So what's your take, you guys' take on semen retention and NoFap, and have you ever tried it? What you guys, CG?
Yeah, I'm on it right now, low key. Like if it happens, it happens. But I'm not stressing over it. I'm not counting the days or nothing. I'm trying to say if it happens, it happens. But it's definitely good too because you feel like you're more aggressive, more focused. I'm trying to say my workouts is better. I feel like obviously it helps with your testosterone and shit too. So I feel like when your testosterone is boosted and you have all that energy and the minerals and that shit flowing in your body, you're just going to be an overall better, more productive person, stronger, all that. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Got you. How about you, Chris?
So I have a lot of experience with it. Actually, the first time I ever heard of NoFap was No Nut November of 2018. Mm-hmm. So I heard of No Nut November. I'm like, what is this? It's like, oh, just stop beating your meat for a month. So, okay, can't be that hard. So I did it. And during the month, I was trying to figure out why this was a thing. So I'm looking up possible benefits from it. Do we get anything from not doing this? Because society tells us oh, it's cool for a man to masturbate every day. So I'm like, why would I stop doing it? I'm trying to, look it up. And I come across some NoFap videos. So I'm like, okay, this is a thing. So then I go off and on from December to March. And then this was April 28th. April 28th hit. And I was like, I'm going to see how long I could do this. Just nonstop. I'm going to just see how long I could do this. And in total, I went 208 days. Mm-hmm. So I started April 28th. Once the summertime hit, I found out what semen retention was and Tantra was. So then I started practicing having sex without busting, and that it was not working at first. Stick it right out. But then after a while, I kind of got used to it, and I had sex 4 times without busting that summer, and then I held myself through the beginning of the semester, through September, October, November, and then eventually I was like, what, I'm ready. I could probably do this for another year, but it's not necessary. So I'm gonna go ahead. I was with a chick at the time. We got it in and had one of the best nuts of my life. But yeah, NoFap is definitely beneficial for all men.
100%.
Definitely. Don't be out here beating your meat. Unless you never get cheeks. It's not healthy to be holding your nut for 5 years. So if you never get in cheeks, don't be watching porn, but you may want to get one off, every 2 weeks or once a month, something like that. Semen retention, very beneficial. Just holding yourself. And then if you could get to the higher levels, having sex without busting. having an orgasm without busting, which I don't know how to do yet. I'm still trying to learn how to do that.
I'm trying to learn. That should be fire.
And then being multi-orgasmic, like that's like the pinnacle of semen retention. Like I still got a ways to go before that, but both of them are very beneficial.
Yeah,
for different reasons too.
I said to Paul last night, I said, yo, bro, like when you crack a bitch and don't bust, bro, it fucks their ego, bro, fucks their head. Because every other dude that they're getting with is busting 30 seconds a minute. Especially some of the bitches I be fucking with, bro, you know they got the water, bro. So I'm like, damn, you know what I'm trying to say? I gotta be holding that shit in with all my will, bro. But I'm telling you, bro, like the benefits, not even just for yourself, but like the way they're more attracted to you, bro, is crazy. Because now in their head, they're thinking all they want to do is make you bust. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's definitely beneficial in every single way. You feel me? Definitely.
Let me chop it up real quick about my experience with semen retention. I'm gonna let y'all know semen retention changed my life. I mean, it brought me to where I am now. Like, no joke. I always say this, that semen retention is like a hitchhike. You take the car and it takes you where you need to go. You know what I mean? But you get off after a certain period of time because you need to go put in that work. You know, you got to where you need to be. The journey's, you know, it's complete, and then you could, you know, indulge after you've learned the lessons. So what semen retention did for me is because I had I'd say like, yeah, I had an addiction. Like nigga, like 80% of guys have an addiction. I had an addiction like that. And
I would say 95%.
Yeah, my boys call me weird because I don't do it. Like in my YouTube videos, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but they'll be like, yo, why you bashing porn, bro? I'm like, yo, shut up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Paul, keep going, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to say that.
But yeah, bro, it's like it got me to the point where my brain was actually thinking I was messing with these caliber girls. So by the time I had an actual girl and she just didn't meet up to those girls on my phone, and my brain and my Johnson's like, yo, this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. And I'm like, what? Like, it's go time. It's like, nah. This ain't go time. So when I first started going at semen retention, no fap, it was hard because, you know, giving something up like that, it's like going cold turkey off like a cigarette addict or an alcoholic, going to cold turkey. You got that withdrawal syndrome when you're like, bro, can I go? Nah. So it's like some people, it's okay for them to, you know, watch porn and it won't affect them. But for others, it's like, don't ever touch it again. And I'm in the category of I will never touch it again. I don't care if I don't, you know, link with a girl for 8 months to 2 years. I will never touch it again. Never go, you know, mess with myself again, because I knew how hard it was for me to get out of there. You know, I knew how hard it was for me to step up and get the hell out of that mud. You know what I mean? And I just can't go back. So
it ruins your experience with real girls too, bro. Because like my roommate, bro, he broke up with his girl because he was addicted to it, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's like, he's like, oh, she couldn't please me anymore, so I broke up with her. I'm like, yo, you're sick, bro. Like, I was like, yo, straight up, you're sick.
That's just crazy because I understand what they're saying. She can't please you because they're not what your brain is used to seeing on your phone. Yeah. So after a while, I started seeing women differently. Before, my Johnson would get up at any chick that I would see, and I'd get intimidated because, damn, this is like only a sex object. I can't really look at her like that. Nah. Oh, she's talking to me? Ah, shit. Now it's like, you're just another person. You know what I mean? What's going on with you? And I'm not attracted to any girl I see. It takes you know, an actual fine, good-looking girl to actually make me want to say, okay, I'm kind of interested. I want to see what's going on over there. You know what I mean? So that's what it teaches you. It teaches you self-discipline. Because, you know, if you could control this aspect of your life, which is the hardest part of your life, your lust, you can control anything.
And two, I feel like your mind gets warped when you watch a lot of it. Like my roommate, bro, we was just chopping up at dinner one time. I hate to keep bashing this dude. I'm really not trying to bash him. I hope he's watching this, so I try to help him. But he was telling me about like what was like the best head he ever had, because, like, you know what I'm saying, we're all boys, we shoot the shit. And he was telling me about like I just told him about the 27-year-old that when I was 17 at Planet Fitness, bro, she mopped me off and shit in the car, and I'm like, yo, that shit was crazy. So I told him about that, and then he's like, oh, bro, that don't even compare. He's like, there's this one bitch that ate my ass this one time, and like she was like doing all types of shit, bro, that he was talking about. And I'm like, yo, like to him, I'm like, oh damn, bro, like that's crazy. But then in my head, I'm like, yo, this nigga's sick. He broke up with his girl last year because she didn't please him, and now he's wanting bitches to eat his ass and shit, and he's a porn addict, bro. Like me and my other roommates that was living in the apartment, right? We like snuck in his room one time, and fucking because we was going to grab the Xbox controller, so we went in his room, bro. He has tissues, like a 16-pack of tissues, bro, and he has like them big bottles of cocoa butter, bro. He had 2 of them Johns, bro. Like that bitch probably like a gallon, and he had that just sitting on his desk, and we're like, yo. This nigga's a porn addict, bro. Like straight up, bro. Like exactly how it went down. Like I'm not capping, bro. Like that shit was crazy.
And that's what his brain is used to, bro. His brain's just gonna keep, getting used to that caliber of girls. And after a while, it's gonna get boring. And what is he gonna do? He's gonna be looking for more, more elephant-looking girls that are, you know what I'm saying, got hot air balloons in the front, and like dump trucks in the back that can't even stand up and walk. You know what I mean? So that's it. Cutting the porn out, rewires your brain. It cuts all that bullshit out, that toxic shit out. And I feel like every man has to go through a period where they cut it out for at least 2 to 3 months. You know what I mean? And just focus on themselves.
I cut it out for Chris. I'll let you go right after this, but I haven't done it since junior year. You know what I'm trying to say, of high school for 2 years, bro. Just because like I always had a rotation. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not even trying to sound like that, but I just always had that, so I always thought it was weird because like in my head I'm like, yo, you're just watching people fuck, you know what I'm trying to say, so that's weird. So it's always been a weird concept to me. Obviously, like when you're little and like everybody's talking about it, you're like, yeah, you check it out. But then when I got to junior year high school, I'm like, yo, this shit weird, bro. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. But
yeah, my most popular video on my channel is called Semen Retention: Why It Kills Social Anxiety. It's got like 12K views or something like that, and I talked about, we all know about like the dopamine receptors. Everybody talks about the dopamine, but it's another thing that's even more detrimental to watching bust into the porn is oxytocin. So what happens is when you bust to the porn, whenever a man has an orgasm, you emit dopamine and oxytocin. Oxytocin is a bonding hormone. So when you bust with a woman and then you like lay in the bed with her after, you release an oxytocin. That's when niggas start pillow talking and stuff like that, because you start bonding. You develop like this fantasy of trust in this connection. And so when you watch the porn and you bust to the porn, that happens to the pornography. So yeah, you release the dopamine receptors because it feel good, but you also bond to the image of the pornography. So you bond into this type of chick, this like 10 out of 10 chick. This is like your fantasy chick. And then you also are bonding in like almost like a pseudo homo way to the dude as well. That's why a lot of guys who watch a lot of porn, they're uncomfortable around women and men, because they feel subservient to the man in the video, and they're fantasizing about the woman in the video getting drilled by that man they feel subservient to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's some crazy shit, bro. I feel like every guy should go 90 days at least one time. Yeah, definitely. I've been a while without porn, but as far as busting, the longest I went is a month, bro. Like I know that sounds bad, but like it's really just a month, bro.
I think we skipped a good question that Jack Y Rick had. He said what workout splits are y'all using?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Is that 747?
I'm doing basically what I'm doing is, because my shoulder's all fucked up. I'm starting physical therapy next Thursday, and I've been doing I gotta go get injections and shit too. I just had a round last week. So I've just been doing leg day cardio, leg day cardio, just alternating 6 days a week. And I do a little bit of cardio after every day, but cardio is like a more intense version of the cardio days, and like just like a cardio day. But then I stretch, yoga, foam roll, all that. So basically I just go 5 to 6 days a week. Leg day cardio, and then I do push-ups, shoulder mobility, all this, that, and the other. And that's really it for 5 to 6 days a week. What y'all doing?
I go 6 days a week. I remember in one of Chris's videos, it's like it was one of his live streams. He was like, some of you guys can't do isolating body, workouts, because you won't be having enough times, enough reps, enough pressure on that muscle for it to grow. So just one back day a week is not going to really develop your back. For me, it's different because of how intense I go, how many supersets I do, and how many reps and sets I train with. I could do a body, a bodybuilding style of workout because of the intensity, because of the amount of reps and the amount of weight that I use. That's what I do. I do a dedicated bicep and tricep day. Tuesday I do a dedicated shoulder and tricep day. Wednesday chest. Thursday that only back, and Friday only legs. Saturday abs, and Monday through Saturday I'm doing abs after each workout. So I could do it like that because of the amount of workload and the amount of tension. That's why I say I come from the gym, I put my arm all the way straight, my tricep is cramping. I put my arm all the way flexed like this, my bicep is cramping. It's because of how much workload I put on that muscle for that one day that it actually needs the whole week to recover, rather than 2 back days where it's like, regular, just pull-ups, regular, bent over rows, just regular stuff like that. It's not like that. I do so much that one day requires a week of recovery for that one muscle. So that's the workout split that I do.
I do abs after every workout too. But Chris, what you do, bro?
So for me, like I said, I do powerlifting performance routine. So I work movements instead of muscle. So you could call it full body every day. I'm about to shift into back into my 5-day routine. I was doing 4, shift back into 5. So, I have specific days where I focus on deadlift, bench, squat, overhead press. Sometimes in the same day. Usually I'll have squat and bench in the same day, deadlift and overhead press in the same day. And then usually the Wednesday, like the day in between, I'll do a weak point or a technique day where I'm doing a lot of accessory work. It's more like a bodybuilding kind of day, you could call it. I'm doing a lot of accessory work, a lot of volume, a lot of technique on the lifts. And I do daily undulating periodization, which is when I alter my volume and intensity per lift each day. Because like Paul, where he does a lot of volume, I'm also considerate of volume as well, because like I said, I don't compete. So I do still want to grow. I do still want to have some chisel. So I make sure to spread my volume out through the week and still also maintain intensity. So for example, I might do 6 sets of 6 on a barbell row. And that's 36 reps in total, which is a good amount for one day, but it's 6 reps. So it's low reps. So it's high intensity, but it's a lot of accumulated volume. Or throughout the whole week, I might do, I might end up doing 15 sets of squats a week, but it's all high intensity. So I'm still getting that worthwhile volume. I'm just able to spread it out throughout the week since I'm working every muscle every day.
Definitely. What always y'all last longer? Seems like I literally can't last until 5 minutes. Bro, avoid the eye contact. No, look at it, bro. Just get out and close your eyes. You feel what I'm saying? That's really it. What y'all got on that?
For lasting longer, I'd say, practice seam retention for that, because I noticed that after practicing seam retention, you kind of like I said, rewire yourself. So you're not as, sexually thirsty. Like, oh my gosh, this is actually a sex object. I'm going crazy. Well, rather it's just like, bro, I'm in the moment, I'm doing it, I don't really care, and you really have more control over it, because like you said, like we said before, you know how much, your energy is with you, and you're not too inclined to lose it on a girl that you barely know. You know what I'm saying? So you just like, you're trying to keep it, but just like Chris said, you might slip up because it's hard to have sex without releasing. But as long as you were trying to fight the good fight, you know what I mean? You're trying to keep it going, hold it in. That's all that matters. And you trying to hold it in for that long is going to keep you, switching it up, saying, okay, stop right here, stop right there, until the time you do give in and cave. If you were to unfortunately give in, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good while, like a good half an hour, a good hour in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and bro, another thing. Oh yeah, Chris, you go, bro.
I was gonna say, I would think 3 things off the top of my head that'll make a dude last longer. So first is stop beating your meat so much, because 9 times out of 10 you're probably doing that, Jimmy Bob. If you're not, sorry, but anybody watching, you probably beating your meat. Beating your meat messes up the nerves in your meat, and it messes up the way your reproductive system operates. So not only will you only be able to achieve, 60 or 70% erections, but you'll bust hella early with the gummy, so you busting in 3 minutes with a 60% erection, and you really didn't even feel nothing, so that's number 1. Number 2, I would say, is to clean your diet up. and start exercising, because the cleaner your diet and the more you exercise, the diet will help with blood flow. The more blood flow you have to your meat, the more sensitive it'll be, but the harder it'll be to bust. Like it sounds contradictory, but you'll feel more, but you won't bust as quick because it's 100% hard on. It's fully functioning. You feeling everything, but you're not about to bust after everything. And the exercising will help you get in tune with your body, so you can really be able to focus on what you're doing. And like Jay Rick said, that'll help you get your mind out the Jimmy. You know, if all you thinking about is how good it feel, you gonna bust. You need to be in the moment. You know, maybe meditating will help you with that. You need to be in the moment with the chick. So my thing is, you know, don't be having sex. Well, not don't, you know, it's a time and place for everything. But when you just having sex with the chick because you just want to have some sex, you gonna bust quicker probably because you just thinking about getting the sex. And then once you slip in there, you doing what you've been thinking about for the past week. Now, if you with a chick and the sex organically happens, you know, you chilling, y'all getting intimate, y'all having good conversation, and y'all laid up touching each other, whatever the case is, and then it happens organically, you'll be more in tune with her and more in tune with yourself and more in tune with the moment, with the alchemy that's going on, rather than just, oh, I've been wanting to fuck for a week. I'm good. I'm in there. And that'll help you with just being in the moment. That'll take some of the mind, the thoughts away from the cat and the Jimmy. You feel me?
Definitely. Yeah, nah, like as soon as I started like this whole shit, like with the no fat, with the meditation, with the taking care of myself, really getting in shape, bro. Like I feel like because there's more blood flow, so my shit like feels bigger. And two, like I'm in better shape. And three, bro, you just be dogging them out, bro. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? Like sex is a workout, bro, low key. Like that shit's like athletic. Like you gotta think about it like that, bro. Cause like it burns OD calories. Like I read something. So like, bro, you just gotta dog them out, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't even think about it. You know what I'm trying to say? And if you can get to the point, bro, where if you going like for like if you well sized down there, bro, and you going for like a while, bro, Chris and Paul, you can probably relate to this shit, bro. If y'all going for like a while, and you're so mentally like in it that you're not gonna bust, bro, she'll tap out before you do, bro. Because bitches only take so much before they start to get sore. You know what I'm trying to say? So,
Hell yeah.
That's how I feel about it, bro.
Another thing that just came to my mind is, you know, if you really just want to remedy the situation very quickly, you know, in addition to doing the long-term things, a really quick remedy, well, it's not fast, but it's something you can learn if you have an abundant sex life. You know, you got to learn how to use your other appendages. You got to learn how to use your fingers, learn how to use your mouth if you into that. I know I am. I don't know if you are, but, you know, learn how to get her off with your mouth or with your fingers, because once they had that first orgasm, they can have successive orgasms, like bow, like back to back. So say you give her an orgasm with your fingers, you could stick your tip in and give her 3 minutes of meat. She could have another one, and then you good. You know, you could bust, you could hold it, you could do whatever you want. She gonna be through. You know what I'm saying?
I also had to say one more thing about lasting longer, bro. Don't think about it. Meaning, like when there's a girl that you're really attracted to, man, you be talking on the phone with your boys. You be talking on the phone with your boys like, hey, bro, guess what I'm talking to right now? Sending screenshots. And then they're going to say, damn, how you going to do that? And then what you start doing, you start formulating a plan in your head. And what does that plan turn into? It turns into a script. So now when you're with her, if things aren't going according to plan, you're like, oh, snap, how do I fix this? Rather than letting it happen naturally and organically, you know, leading up to it. And say the script does work and you finally, you're getting into it. Now you're like, oh my God, I'm finally in. I'm really doing what I was talking about this whole week, daydreaming about this whole week, you know, going to sleep, thinking about waking up, checking if she texted me this whole week. And now it's just so much shit in your brain right now. And it's just going to force you to be like, hey, bro, this is all we needed. Boom. You were so mentally stimulated already that it only took you like 2 seconds of friction until you were ready to go. Rather than you being on your purpose, you being generally too busy to respond faster than 30 minutes, you checking on your phone, oh, she did text me, but I'm busy right now. And then you meeting her organically, it's happening naturally, and boom, that's how you last longer. You can't really control your thoughts to an extent to say, I'm thinking about her, stop right now, but that means stay on your purpose so something else fills your mind and fills your thoughts. So you're not getting mentally stimulated by her looks throughout the whole day.
And two, like you said, bro, like to me, like a bad bitch don't phase me no more, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? So like before I chill with a girl, bro, I already know that like if it gets to that point, I'm a dog her out, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not even thinking, oh my God, she's so sexy, I'm gonna I can't last. I can't contain myself. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm just there and I'm just dogging the bitch out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think about it. You know?
Yeah, that's a major point because soon as Paul said it, I was like, boom, like that's another big thing. Excuse me. The more you like are like, oh, this is the baddest chick I
Pedestalize.
ever been with.
Yeah.
The more you do that, the quicker you gonna bust, the more reactive you gonna be, and that'll just come with time and experience. Like this was over the summer, like right before the semester started, late August. I got with this chick who was like, if I'm being objective, this was like the baddest chick I ever been with in my whole life. Like my type, big titties, fat ass, cold face, like everything. Everything was A1. But in my head, because I have experience and I know what I'm doing and I know what I shouldn't do, I have to, my brain is like, okay, yeah, she bad, yeah, she cold, but that's it. It's nothing, it's just genetics, it's just the way she looks. It's not nothing beyond that. It's just she a beautiful woman, appreciate it for what it is, and that's it. Don't be sitting there salivating, oh, this is the baddest chick I ever been with. It's like, no, she beautiful, she bad, she made how I like, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to think about it. But that'll just come with time and experience, bro.
Definitely. And J Rick actually said a really good point is that most bitches aren't getting dogged out, bro. Like you got to think about it like that. Most bitches aren't getting that good, bro. Because that's why, bro. Like if you got that good, bro, you can do whatever you want, bro. Like take it from me, bro. Like I'm not even trying to sound like that, but like, bro, if you got that good, bro, she'll let a lot of shit slide, bro. And like you said, bro, is that most like he said most dudes is just trying to get the stick, bro. Like most dudes get in, they bust in 30 seconds, bust in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. So they're unsatisfied, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, most girls that they ain't getting that good, bro.
Yeah, you got something to say on that, Paul? Oh yeah, you go ahead. I'll go after.
That's the reason why so many girls are with these, toxic guys because because they just laying it down so good, and then these girls are like, I just can't let them go, and then it's just like I can't do it. I can't find another you because who else is gonna make me feel this way? Because we all know women are, they're thrilled. They live by their emotions, and when you stimulate them mentally and physically, it's like the key to unlocking all her doors and pushing all her buttons, and you just do it so well that no matter whether you're toxic, whether you're that asshole or that dude that never hits her up and shit like that, she's going to stick by your side. That's why all these other dudes are like, what is he doing? Look at how he's treating you, blah blah blah. All these blue pill dudes are like, why is he's treating you like this and you're still stuck with him? It's because this dude is dogging her out. He's giving her he's putting her to sleep. You know what I mean? And that's why most girls just can't, let it go.
Yo, that's the most fire thing you said all like ever, bro, Paul. Like that's just so on point, bro.
So to everybody watching, I'm gonna give y'all a secret. It's not really a secret, but it's like something that most people don't realize. Most women, most guys too, but most people in general, right? Especially when we're young, and especially in the Black community, a lot of us love having sex because we're so stressed out all the time. A lot of us just like fucking because we bugged out, and that's the only time when we can really just release. But a lot of girls, yeah, they might just be out looking for some meat because they stressed and to make them feel good, but they not having orgasms because the key to an orgasm is comfort. She has to be comfortable and relaxed with you in any environment that y'all in order to actually have a real orgasm. And so most chicks are getting dick down, but they're not having orgasms. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not comfortable. They stressed. They're having sex because they're stressed. So it works against itself. If you can get her comfortable, if you come off as a man, and she can really be comfortable and surrender herself and disarm herself around you, and y'all getting intimate. First, her being comfortable is gonna make her orgasm much easier and much quicker, and it's gonna feel much better. And you won't have to do as much, but you can go all out if you want to. That's another thing. J Rick said a lot of dudes just want to stick, and like CG said, a lot of dudes just stick it in and bust for 30 seconds, bust in 30 seconds and dip because that's all they want. If you can find a way to get her comfortable, have her trust you and trust your leadership, it's not gonna be no question of is she gonna bust. Like if you got some skill, you know what you're doing, she gonna have an orgasm, bro. So that's just a tip. She got to be comfortable in your presence.
Chris, dude got a question for you.
Hey, Chris, you know any workouts to build muscle? So, I mean, we could all talk about this. That's an easy question.
Yeah, Chris, take it off,
Calisthenics,
bro.
bro. Calisthenics, bro. I know it's cold, so it's cold where I'm at, but it's about to start getting cold, you know, so you can't go outside as much unless you live somewhere like Texas or something. But you know, yo, simple, get you a pull-up bar. You know, we probably all got pull-up bars. You got the ground, you know, do some push-ups. Uh, and then body weight lunges, running stairs. If you got some stairs, you can run. Jump roping is another real good thing for building muscle. But the other thing with building muscle is you have to eat. You know what I'm saying? The thing building muscle is 70% eating. You know, a lot of guys ask what workouts to do to build muscle. You got to eat to build muscle as well. So you already know the workouts, pull-ups, push-ups, you know, your body weight squats and your lunges. You know, if it's warm, you can still go outside, maybe get you some sandbags, get you some gymnast rings. You know, I always suggest the gymnast rings, but you got to make sure you eating in a caloric surplus as well to gain any kind of muscle.
Definitely. You basically covered everything, bro. I was gonna say that same shit, but I want to go back to Jay Rick's point too.
Oh, I got one more thing to add on the last question. Another thing to build muscle, get you some resistance bands. I'm big on resistance bands because man, that shit was a real for backyard workouts. Man, I needed them bands. So get you some resistance bands on Amazon, on eBay, something like that, and start doing the bicep curls, the exercises with the what you do with the bar at the gym with the resistance bands. They do just as good, if not for some exercises better. You know, you could do the cable rows, you know, what you do with the machine, the tricep pull downs with the bands, you know, put some more rubber bands, put some more, you know, different colors, different assortments. Different colors do more strength and some are more lighter, and you get the bands and you go into work, tear that muscle fiber apart, and then you should be good.
Hell yeah. And I was gonna go back to Jay Rick's question too. His question, his point that like when I say girls ain't really getting that good, bro. Like most of them aren't getting that legs on the shoulders, you choking her out, like you tonguing that bitch down. You know what I'm trying to say? Because a lot of dudes is just pump and dump. You know what I'm trying to say? Not pump and dump, but like I said, busting 30 seconds, bro. You put the legs on the shoulders, bro. You really dog her out, bro. She gonna go crazy, bro. She gonna go crazy. You know. Jimmy Bob, what is a good way to have 100% pull out rate? he trolling, bro. He trolling.
I mean, either he trolling or he like 15 years old. One of the two.
Pull out, bro. I don't know what else to tell you. Strap up, bro. Strap that Jimmy Bob up. You know what I'm saying? Strap up, bro. That's funny. Dude, it's funny, bro.
A condom, bro. I don't know why dudes try to act like they hate condoms so much. If you stop beating your meat and you can actually feel your dick, the condom is not gonna be that bad, bro. Like I understand the raw, it ain't nothing that feel like, you know, some raw walls, but put you a condom on, bro, and be safe. You know what I'm saying? That's what I recommend if you want 100% quote unquote pull out rate.
Realistically, for 100%, for a good pull out rate, you just got to be disciplined enough to stop. You know, even if you're putting it down on her good and she's like, you know, crossing her legs, not letting you out, you get off them. You know what I mean? Don't let her sweet nothings, her words whispering into your ear, you know, convince you to stay or anything like that, because you know what you're risking. You're losing 18 years of your life. You know what I mean? If you fail to abort. But that's all I gotta say. That
yo, do girls like purposely like cross their legs like to try to keep you trapped in there? Because I get that shit all the time, bro.
Yeah,
like, it's kind of crazy, bro. Like
yeah,
like I'm like, yeah, that should be tempting, bro. I'd be like, yeah, get off me, but that's crazy.
Yeah, because when they in their feelings, you know, when they really feeling it, the way they feel is gonna take over every circuit of every neurological wire of their brain. So they, you know, that's when chicks be saying, I love you, I want to have your kids, because that's the way they feel in the moment when you're putting it down. And that's when they start crossing their legs trying to trap you in, even though they really don't want to have no baby with you. In the way they feeling, they animalistic nature is like, oh, I feel so good, I want to have a baby with this man. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's all about the moment.
Yeah, they really are all in the moment, bro. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
That's how, you know, girls cheat on their dudes, because there's a dude that seduces them in the moment. You know what I mean? Because if she's not, not feeling like a certain type of way, like not feeling too good, and then some dude sweet talks his way into seduction and all this, all that. Seduction is an art, and when dudes master seduction or they're really good at it, they have a lot of power because seduction isn't only about women. When you're trying to get a raise, what are you doing? You're seducing your boss into giving you that raise. When you're trying to get into a school or a job, you're seducing them, trying to tell them about yourself, trying to get them comfortable with you, and seducing your way into getting what you want. Seduction is like a method of power. It's a method of, making the other person feel comfortable enough by saying the right words, doing the right things, acting the right way to getting what you want in, the long term. So when someone masters that art of seduction, they hold so many keys. The world is their playground because manipulation, psychology, it's the most powerful tool because, of how developed, we are and how we're able to just talk and able to communicate. When you're able to communicate in a way that convinces and manipulates people, it's so dangerous. You know what I mean? That's how girls have orgasms to dudes that they never even had sex with. Seduction, being able to play their heads, play their minds, and make them wrapped around them like a finger. So that's what I gotta say, bro.
Yeah. Do you think? Chris, you go, bro.
Oh, I was gonna say, since we talking about cheating, I talk about this a lot on my live streams because it's my bag. Not cheating, but you just listeners. Let a nigga with that hardcore red pill, I'm the biggest, baddest alpha male, have a girlfriend, right? So what is he doing? He ain't showing her no attention. He just having sex with her and then leaving every time. He don't give a fuck about her orgasm. He not talking to her. He not rewarding her good behavior. Let that man come along, right? I like them because what do? They neglect a woman, right? Thinking that they doing the right thing, thinking that they gonna keep her around. And really, let a dude like me come around. I'm be cool and I'm chilling. We might just hit it off. We might go out to lunch one day. Then she hit me up saying, let's go out again another day. Then let's go out to dinner, on me. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. And then what's happening? She's saying, hey, we can go to my house and we can, watch a movie. What kind of movie you like? Or I'm saying, let's go to my crib. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm learning she got a boyfriend. And then she start talking. Oh, he don't do this. He don't do that. He don't do this. He don't do that. It's like I don't even like him anymore. You know what I'm saying? So then even though I ain't even touched her yet, I ain't had sex with her or nothing. When she topping you off, she thinking about me. Because I'm the dude that made her feel good. I'm the dude that treated her like a woman, that treated her like a human being. When she was giving good behavior, I rewarded the good behavior. When she having sex with you and her eyes is closed the whole time, it's because she fantasizing that I'm inside of her. When she topping you and she pretending that her eyes in the back of her head, on some porn shit, it's because she don't want to look at you because she want to think about me. You know what I'm saying? When she doing all of that, it's because she thinking about me or whatever other guy came and was just being a man and treating her like a woman rather than trying to be big, hardcore red pill alpha dude. You know what I'm saying? So listeners, don't fall into that trap. Red pill is cool. You want to be an alpha male in life, but the hardcore shit is not real. It's not real. It gets views, but it's not real. The extremes is what I'm saying.
Bro, you hit the nail on the head with the hammer, bro. You just killed it.
Because, yeah, Paul, you go,
because when you said that she will be closing her eyes and thinking about that dude, it's the same thing for the dude that gave her that good work and left. You know what I mean? She will be closing her eyes and thinking of that dude, and say he was to ever come back in her life. What would she do? She would drop the current dude for him again. So it's like once you imprint, that's why the imprint is so important, bro. If you could imprint a girl that you're with and have her only thinking about you, it was really important because they will always fantasize about someone. And if it's not you, it's definitely someone else. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy, Chris. That shit was wild.
Yeah, bro, that was fire. And I was actually gonna ask a question. What would y'all consider the extreme alpha? What I'm trying to say? What would y'all consider the extreme alpha? Because I'm trying to say, I feel like in my past relationships, because I've always been kind of like a dickhead, bro. I'm gonna just straight out say it. So I don't really show a lot of affection like that. I'm trying to say. So I feel like that's why I've been in about 4 serious relationships. I've been cheated on 3 out of 4 times. That's a 75% cheating on rate, and that's what turned me to this whole shit. I'm trying to say because I never really showed affection. I've always been kind of like a dickhead. You know what I'm trying to say? I hate to say it like that, but like just I really don't pay attention because I'm just so focused on like myself, even like back then before I knew about all this shit. So would y'all consider like the extreme alpha? I want to like hear y'all like definition or like some kind of, you know what I'm trying to say? Explain that a little more.
Yeah. So, all right, the extreme alpha, there's like two different. I don't think the extreme alpha is necessarily alpha. I think he's still hurt, trying to mask that hurt with something else. So he has a good girl that's actually not like that girl or that other girl to do him dirty or something like that. And she's, being submissive, cooking him the meals, saying good morning, saying how's your day, did you eat today, all that shit. And he's purposely doing that nonsense. Then it's like, why? You know what I mean? You are not allowing yourself to actually give this girl a chance, or because she hasn't proved anything wrong. You know what I mean? She hasn't did anything or showed you any red flags like the other girls did. You are still hurt. You're not healed. You're not alpha. You're covering that up with something else. You're putting a label. You're putting a Band-Aid on a crack when you're not actually fixing the crack. You're just putting a Band-Aid over it, and the Band-Aid is called alpha. No, the leaks are going to slide through that crack of the Band-Aid, and they're going to expose you because you're going to be a fraud. And like Chris said, she's going to get that dude that actually treats her like she's supposed to be treated, as in complimenting her good behavior, telling her she looks good when she put in the work to try to look good and appease the man, doing shit like that. And that's who she's going to get naturally, through the law of attraction, get attracted to, because he's resonating with her. While that hurt dude is still resonating down here. And what's he going to attract? Low vibrational girls that actually deserve that energy of they ain't shit. So that's what I got to say about that.
That's fire.
Yeah. So for me, I did a whole live stream on this actually like a month ago called Fake Alpha Male Extremists. So I could talk about this for 2 hours, but to condense it, the main thing that tells me that some dude is a fake alpha, fake hardcore red pill, is when he neglects the most effective things, because the most effective things have a high risk or reward ratio, right? So for example, having a really good conversation, a really deep conversation with a woman can take you far. But if you don't know how to do it, it can go in a very wrong direction for you. For example, if you're having a real good, real deep conversation with a woman, you asking the right questions, you're actively listening. Not only are you learning about her, but she's going to voluntarily spill information that you weren't even asking for, information that matters a lot. You know what I'm saying? Information that she doesn't just tell everybody. You feel me? All because you knew how to make her feel trust in you. You knew how to lead the conversation. You knew how to make her feel comfortable. Whereas if you don't know how to do it, you might try to dig deep, but then what you end up doing is you start sharing deep information about you. You sharing deeper information than she's giving. She's giving you, run of the mill info that you might think is deep, but since you don't really know how to tell, it's not. So then you didn't gave her 6 of your life secrets and she didn't give you none. So then she got leverage on you, stuff like that. Or another example is sex, right? A lot of the hardcore red pill alpha dudes say, just pipe her down as hard as you can and then leave ASAP, right? And hey, we don't all been there, it's a time and a place, but they do that every time because they know if they really put it down, if they go through all the stages, if you pipe her down real hard and then, be more affectionate with it, put more feeling into it, you can be susceptible to getting emotionally attached to that woman. If you don't know what you're doing. And so they avoid that and they just say, just dick her down and leave. Whereas the dude who can, you could dick her down, but you can put some feeling into it. You can make her feel good and appreciate it and really, give her that slow motion, in the bed. That'll take you years beyond some other dudes. And if you know how to do it, you're not getting emotionally attached to that woman. You're not bonding super tight to that woman, you know what I'm saying? But you laying it down where she's not going to experience something like that with another dude for years to come, if ever. You know what I'm saying? So they neglect the most important things because the most important things, if done wrong, can end up very bad.
Yeah, because I asked that question because, like everybody that I mess with complains I don't answer my phone. I don't do this, that, and the other because I really just don't want to deal with the bullshit too. Yeah, I'm busy, but like I'm not that busy. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not fucking Hollywood or like Donald Trump where I'm always doing some shit. You know what I'm trying to say? So I just wanted to know if like I was taking it to the extreme and dragging it out, because people will text me good morning, text me paragraphs, and I'm just like, yo, what's good? I've been busy, like whatever, like keep it dry, you know what I'm trying to say, not really like opening up. So I want to make sure that I'm not stepping over that line into the extreme, you know what I'm trying to say, because sometimes I think I am. Sometimes I'd be like, damn, I'm dragging it. She texted me all that, and I just said, what's good? You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's a little burnt, but yeah, definitely. That's actually really, really good insight.
I gotta touch on that a little more, CG. So basically, some girls, you know, they're gonna see that they're not getting the same energy reciprocated, and they're gonna kick rocks and look for another guy that is gonna reciprocate that energy.
All that,
and if so, they're gonna be like, okay, you're on that bullshit. I'm out. You know what I mean? Whether you're busy or not. And the thing is, only you know if you're on that Hollywood shit, because if you see the text and you're generally not busy, you could text her back and say, hey, what's going on with you? You know, blah, 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 blah. But if you're like, nah, I don't want to text her right now because I don't want to get emotionally attached. That not for you, but it goes to show for dudes that do that. It's like you're probably not ready to be dealing with women if you think you're not ready to, you know, have conversations because you're scared you're gonna get emotionally attached. Like Chris said, he said if he gives her that slow motion, that slow pounding, he thinks he's going to catch feelings, and he turned back to that beta, I can't lose you, but here are the flowers, here are the good morning text type stuff. When you know your worth, when you know your price tag, you won't sell yourself short, meaning that if you do text her good morning, good night, it doesn't make you a simp. It makes you reciprocating that energy that you're getting back, and she's gonna be infatuated with you, being like, oh, he texted me good morning, he does, you know what I mean? Like, hey, how was your day? What did you eat today? What did you do? What did you blah? And then it's gonna, you know, escalate from there, and that's how you can level up with a good high vibrational chick.
Because that's a good point.
Yeah, hold on, Chris, you go.
I was gonna say that's a good point Paul brought up, where he said this, you know, it's chicks that will leave if you're not giving them, you know, the attention that they've put in the work to earn. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing: all that pumping and dumping, all that showing no attention stuff, does it work? Yeah, it works. It works on immature females. It works on chicks who have a very low self-esteem. It works on insecure chicks because they're much easier to build an attachment to, because they might have a mild or extreme sense of attached anxiety, you know. So you could drop some meat off and then never give them attention, but you know, they still want to be around you because they want to be attached to somebody, because they're immature, they have low self-esteem, they're insecure. Whereas a woman, keyword woman, which is a title that has to be earned, just like a male has to earn the title of a man, a female who has earned that title of a woman, she has confidence, she's secure in herself, you know. She's been through some things, she got scars on her elbows, you know, she's been through some turf. And so if you try to play them games with her, it's not gonna work, because she gonna be like, okay, you know, I've done this, I've done that, I've put in this amount of work, I can't get no reciprocation. Oh, I'm out. You know, so that's why I gotta remind dudes that, you know, if you get a woman, you get a woman, or just a young woman who's confident and mature in herself, then yeah, you gonna have to, every now and then, she might pop in your brain, give her a quick FaceTime call. Just say, hey, how your day been going? You know what I'm saying? Or just call her, say, hey, what you eat for lunch today? You know, or just send her a text, you know, have a good day. I'll talk to you later. You know, you have to do the little things, because you have to make deposits into that woman, into her brain, into her heart, you know, because she's mature. You know, she real quick to just dip out if she's not getting what she earned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if she's been in the early stages doing the little things that you like and going on your accord, then you have to reciprocate some kind of energy. I'm doing a video soon. I'm doing 2 videos soon, how to reward good behavior and how to give consequences for bad behavior. I'm doing those on Patreon, talking all about this, because guys don't understand. You have to reward the good behavior. That's what a man does. That's what a leader does. You know, a boss is the guy who everybody could be doing the right thing, but he's still yelling at everybody. Do more, do more, do more, do more. A leader is a guy who, when everybody's doing good, he's sharing the love. He's reminding them, hey, I appreciate you. I admire the work that you're doing. Keep doing it. And I appreciate you for it. And when you're doing bad, he's going to sit you down and say, hey, you ain't doing nothing. So I need you to, you know, pick up the pace. I'm explaining to you how. I'm explaining how you were messing up. I'm explaining how you could do better. And if you don't do better, these are the consequences. That's what a leader does. That's what a man does.
Yeah, no, that's fire, because I was just thinking about that actually earlier. It's crazy that got brought up because like girls will text me paragraphs and stuff like about like they'll text me like out the blue like their date's doing this, they're having this, like all types of crazy shit, like all types of problems, bro, trying to vent to me, all this that and the other. And I'm just like, oh damn, like that's crazy. Can we talk about it later? Like I never end up getting back to them. You know what I'm trying to say? Then they'll text me again, yo, like can we FaceTime? And I'm like, oh, I'm busy, whatever. Because I just like don't care about the bullshit, you know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm really like with my own energy and my own problems and my own shit in my own head and the shit I'm doing throughout the day. That I really don't want to become like a not an emotional tampon, but just like somebody that is always so overly invested in somebody else's bullshit. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like there's a fine line between that, because I don't really like to put my energy into things that don't benefit me, that aren't helping me in any way, shape, or form. So when I'm listening to somebody else's problems or somebody else's bullshit or their drama with their friends or whatever, I really don't give a fuck. So that's like where I'm trying to make sure that I'm not going into that extremism that I didn't even realize it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Bro, you are no. Oh, my fault.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
You are nobody's dump truck. You know what I mean? They can't just dump a load on you and expect you to carry it and carry it with them. You know what I mean? However, if it's a girl that you actually are vibing with and you actually like you want to like chop it up with, like not only is the sex good, but her personality is bomb and like she's actually a good, genuine person that cares about you and you care about her to an extent too. Then those problems you kind of want to help guide her through it. You know what I mean? Like you're doing on YouTube. You're guiding most of these dudes out of their dark hole. You're helping them step up and level up their lives. And as a man, you know what I mean? A woman comes in your life that you're actually feeling and you actually want to see what it's hitting for. Then you could do the same thing that you're doing with all these dudes to her and be that that rock in the the stormy seas, so she could attach her sailboat to. You know what I mean? You're that stable rock that's like keeping her emotions from dragging that sailboat out to the middle of nowhere. So that's all I gotta say about that. What you got?
That's fire.
Yeah, that's another big difference between girls, females and women. When she's just a female and she's still immature and still insecure, she's cool with just telling dudes about all her problems, no matter how deep y'all are in the game, no matter how much she really know you. She cool with just hitting you up any hour, random hours, just telling you all about her shitty day, her shitty coworkers or her shitty professors. Or a woman or a mature young woman, she understands if you're also demonstrating manly properties, if you a man or you a young man, she can recognize that and she'll know, okay, I can't just talk to him all the time about my problems. I can't just hit him up on a Tuesday night and talk about my shitty day. She knows it's a time and a place. She knows, okay, when y'all chilling in the bed on a Saturday night watching a movie, or y'all just talking, y'all at a dinner table or a lunch table, then she can, vent a little bit. She could talk to you, or she knows also that if she comes to you with a problem, 9 times out of 10, she gonna come to you with a solution. Girls don't want solutions. Girls are, when they tell you a problem and then you give them a solution and then, they start complaining and you sitting there like, why'd you tell me a problem if you didn't want a solution? Girls just like complaining. Whereas a woman, she knows if she come to you with a problem, even if she don't want to answer, you gonna give an answer. And 9 times out of 10, she's gonna need the answer, even if she don't want the answer. Since she's coming to you for consolation because she's up to you, she admires you, she trusts your leadership and your ability to, fix things and come up with solutions to problems. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's why I get that a lot, and I don't really know how to react to it because they be asking me questions. What kind of pre-workout should I get? All that. I'm like, oh, fuck, like, get your own shit. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know women's pre-workout. I'm like, yeah, get whatever you want. Like, I say shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like that's another sign when like you got them, like you turned them out onto your manliness. Because just like how you said, a chick asked you what kind of pre-workout to take. When a guy works out a lot, he's gonna be that guy who other people ask, workout questions, right? So when you a man, women and men, but women are gonna ask you random questions that they think a man would know. So I talked about this in the live stream one day. That's when you're gonna have chicks, she might be on her lunch break at Panera and she just be sitting in line and she'll be like, let me call him because I don't know what to get. So she gonna be calling you in the middle of the day on a Thursday asking, what should I get from Panera? And you gonna be sitting there like, bitch, just get some food. Like, why would you go there and you don't know what you're getting? But really, it's just because she trusts your word so much over hers that she's saying, you know what? I don't really know what to get. I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna see if he could tell me what to get. So
Damn.
then she looking for a simple ass answer like that, and you don't even know why she calling, but she just wants you to give her an answer because she looks up to you so much and she admires your intellect and who you are in the core so much.
Damn, that's deep, bro. That's crazy. I didn't know I had it like that. You know what I'm trying to say? That's crazy to like think about, bro. But Jay Rick asked a really good question. He said, I fucked with this girl and made her feel loved, and she was stuck and gave her a good pipe, all that. But her first love cheated on her, and she would always bring that up. I think it's the imprint, bro. Honestly, I think it's a little bit of both. I think that when a girl stays talking about her ex, you kind of want to wean away from that girl just because I feel like he emotionally imprinted her. So there's really no point in messing with a chick that's still hung up on her ex because you don't want to be a rebound. You don't want to be anybody's second option. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm nobody's second option, regardless if it's my coaches, a girl, whoever. I'm nobody's second option. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to have that attitude. So I definitely think it's an imprint, and definitely like I think she's a little insecure because I feel like we as humans, we all kind of bring bits and pieces of our past and our past relationships and our past traumas into our normal lives, and that affects how we dictate and how we move through life. So definitely, I think it's a little bit of both. And I would just say, too, if you're hanging out with her, I would be like, yo, if he's not here right now, I really don't care about him. I really don't give a fuck about him. Don't be a dickhead about it, but lay your foot down and apply your principles and say, yo, he's not really here right now. But if you want to keep talking about your ex, we can go our separate ways. I don't talk about other girls in front of you. It's a respect thing, blah, 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 blah. So don't talk about him. If you want to keep talking about him, we can go our separate ways. I would put it like that. Be masculine, hold frame, and just lay down your principles. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What y'all gonna say on that?
For this girl, she's still imprinted by this. I take like this as in she's not fully healed yet, because her first love, man, you the first time, like I say this a lot, the first time you fall, it's the hardest, and that shit hurts the most, and it's gonna take the most time to heal from that. You don't want to deal with people that aren't healed, no matter how good they look, how good the sex is. You don't want to deal with people that are not healed because they still have that energy of a little low vibration frequency with them, and you don't want that attached to you. So you're gonna have to tell her straight up, even though you're giving her needs physically, piping it down, a good pipe or whatever, she's still emotionally attached to this dude, and it's gonna take time for her to snap out of it and see, what she has in front of her, because there's a fog right in front of her face, and she can't see nothing else but the memories and the vague and all that stuff that's making her head spin a wrap around that dude. So I don't want to sound crazy, but like we were saying earlier, she could be getting that good pipe from you, but closing her eyes, thinking about the imprint. You know what I'm saying? She could still be stuck on that dude and not, ready to move on, which is why she's, constantly bringing him up. She's not bringing him up for no reasons. Just if she brings him up like every once in a while, best believe she's thinking about him almost all the damn time. So you're gonna have to, tell her straight up what it is. She's gonna have to take time and heal, figure herself out, have an identity for herself, or else she's just gonna monkey branch to you and attach herself to you. And if she monkey branches to you, who's to say she won't monkey branch to someone else? But that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I don't necessarily think that is imprint, only because he specifically said that she brings up the fact that he cheated and not just brings him up. You know what I'm saying? So what I think is that, for one, it is insecurity, because if, like you said you would make her feel loved. If her first love cheated on her, she's subliminally reminding you, like, yeah, remember, I was cheated on by my first love, so you shouldn't do the same thing. That's what women do. They give out subliminal reminders and remarks. So it's a way of her trying to make sure that you don't, step out of line and step out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Bringing up that her first love cheated on her. You know what I'm saying? And the second thing is, like CG said, it's a lack of boundaries on your part. Some chicks don't know boundaries, or their boundaries are not as extensive as yours. So she may think it's cool to just bring up the fact that her ex cheated whenever she feel like it. Whereas if you don't, you have to lay that foundation down early. And if you didn't do it early, you got to do it at some point. Just let her know. Like CG said, I understand this might still be hurting you, but you're not gonna talk about that with me. I don't want to talk about this when we with us. It's just about us. So don't be bringing up other dudes and what other dudes did to you. When we together, it's just about what me and you were doing. You feel me? So that's how I would navigate the situation if she constantly bringing up that her ex cheated.
Me too. What was the turning point that made y'all go from beta to alpha? That's a really good question. I talked about that in my transformation video. One day, I came home from school, right after Corona, spring break. They canceled spring ball. I still had stress fractures in my spine. I was still in a toxic ass relationship. My ex wasn't supporting me. She was cheating on me, and I stayed. All types of fuck shit. I was a weed head, alcoholic, and then one day I was like, fucking, I just woke up and I was like, you know what, bro, I feel shitty. I can't keep feeling this way. You know what I'm trying to say? I was hungover as fuck. So I just fucking went to the beach, watched the sunrise at like 5 a.m., got my thoughts together, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get right. So I fucking started meditating, went vegan, started drinking a gallon a day, got back in the gym, and then I found this whole shit on YouTube, and then that just kind of gave me purpose and showed me how to navigate. You feel what I'm saying? How about y'all?
Man, my story runs deep. So basically, I was in not a toxic, but I was in a relationship, and I was watching Steph. Steph is cold the whole time. And it was really weird because everything he said about what she would do was happening in the relationship. But I was just so blue pill to just, act on it. So every time he said this would happen, it happened. Every time he said, look out for this, it happened. And then it was just like, damn, I'm just, I'm walking into all these potholes and someone's pointing them out for me. And eventually, boom, push comes to shove. She does what she does. She cheats. She does this. And it's like I'm left in the dirt. And I'm like, wow. And I was still stuck. And I just didn't know what to do. But I just realized, like, I can't feel this way no more. It's time for me to get back on my shit. Start going on semen retention. Start working out every day. Doing it for me. Because at first I was doing all the right things for the wrong reasons. I was doing all the right things, like working out, doing all this to hopefully get a chance to, if she were to come back, I would be a better version to try to keep her. That shit was so beta, bro.
Yeah,
bro. But then after a while of just reading these books, coming into a spiritual awakening, getting closer with the Most High and connecting, I realized that if she were to come back, she doesn't deserve me at this point anymore because, she left me at where she did and did what she did. And it was like, you know what? I deserve better than this. I figured out who I am. You know what I mean? I didn't, attach myself to anyone else anymore. Because like I said before, I figured out my price tag. So I'm going to go on from there. I started working out. I started eating right. I started seeing my body morph, change into what I've always wanted it to be ever since I was like 13. I always wanted to look this way. I always wanted to act this way, talk this way, and have this mindset. And I finally had it all. And now I realized that I became who I am because of that vessel, that girl. She came into my life, knocked me all the way down so I could become what I've always wanted to. And that's the turning point that turned me from beta to quote unquote alpha. You know what I mean? Or whatever that phrase means, because it's different for everybody. But that's how I became who I am now.
So it's funny. I actually had one of my first videos that got a lot of attention was actually about this exact same topic. It was like back in May. It was a couple or a few events. The first event was I had a girlfriend all through high school, like from the second half of freshman year to the first half of senior year. And it was a good relationship, in total. It wasn't toxic. It was real cool. I still got love for her. She's still cool. But she cheated on me one time in 10th grade. That happened. I got over it. But then 12th grade, the relationship started dying down. And I was realizing that, but I wasn't upset about it or nothing. I was like, we just, it's just what happens. We've been together for a while. We've grown into two different people from freshman year. So this is 2017 was actually, I don't watch him anymore, but that was when I started watching AMS, like way back when he first started. Because I was looking on YouTube on what to do, like how to deal with this, trying to learn, you know what I'm saying? And, we just went until eventually what happened was she was low-key messing with my man's, who was also her man's, quote unquote. They started messing with each other in the same math class. Found that out. Then coincidentally, she broke up with me 2 months before prom. And then also coincidentally ended up going to prom with my homeboy, and then they got together. They still together to this day, and I still got love for him. We actually go to the same college now too. So You know, we still see each other every now and then, but that was the first thing when that happened. And that was like the first and the last time that I sat on the bed and I cried. Like I wasn't crying over her, but I was crying over what happened. And I was crying over how shitty I felt and all the money I invested and all the time I invested. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first thing. Then prom. I'm trying to make this short because I'm rambling. But then prom. I ended up going to prom with a girl who I actually low key liked. Right, she was in my calculus class. I low key liked her. Ended up going to prom with her. Didn't know I only ended up going to prom with her because her boyfriend, who was like 25, couldn't afford a suit to go. Right, so that's the only reason why I ended up taking her was because she asked me to take her. Because I later found out her boyfriend couldn't go, which I didn't know she had. Then on the night of prom, you know, very disrespectfully, she left me and her boyfriend picked her up from the place we had prom. And I didn't know that was gonna happen. So then I left the crib feeling hella shitty. So I rented a Tesla for prom. I rode that bitch around for like 3 hours, crying, listening to the Kanye West album, Yay. You know what I'm saying? Crying my eyes out, but I felt good. Like I was like, bro, like whatever just happened, I'm crying because I feel phenomenal. Like it left me shitty, but it like broke a shell. So then get to college. Then after that, it was just like learning the ropes. You know, I was watching AMS for a little bit. Then I started watching Steph is Cold like early 2019. And I don't watch him anymore either, but I was watching him at one point. Then Ron Wheels, then C Boogie. I still watch them, actually talk to them every now and then sometimes too. But and then my dad as well, reconnected with my dad. He taught me a lot of game that he knew I wouldn't be able to handle as a kid. He taught me a lot of game now that I'm older, I'm an adult. So, you know, just going through the ropes, man, what every other guy been through. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. What was the next one? CG, what made you such a good communicator? I feel like you could do a whole podcast. I appreciate that, bro. But honestly, I feel like it's just a natural gift. You know what I'm trying to say? It comes being able to talk to people because as y'all can tell, I'm a very social person. I really don't care what I say. I really don't have to filter, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But, you know, it's just a natural, I wouldn't even say it's a natural gift because you have to work on it. I used to be really shy when I was little. I still am quiet, you know what I'm trying to say? Y'all only see the YouTube side of me, but in person, you know what I'm trying to say? Like I say this in some of my videos, like I be chilling. Sometimes I have my hoodie up. I'll just be chilling, quiet, observing everything. You know what I'm trying to say? When I'm in the gym, I have my hoodie up. I'm just chilling, quiet. I don't really mingle a lot in the gym, but like when I'm on YouTube, when I'm out at a party, when I'm at the club, obviously I like to mingle, I like to talk to people, I like to socialize. And two, I can just go on there and chop shit up. So really, it's just comes down to just talking to people. You know what I'm trying to say? Like charisma and talking to people is like a muscle. You know what I'm trying to say? The more you do it, the more you work it out, the more you work on your mouthpiece, you can just talk to people and talk more and talk better. You know what I'm trying to say? And sometimes, like if I'm like trying to think of an example, like in class when we had debates and shit, like with school and shit, like I'm a good student because I do my shit, but when it comes to like actually sitting down and like really applying myself, like I just get by. You know what I'm trying to say? I really shouldn't be that way, but like I just like to go get by with school because I feel like school isn't really my forte. You feel me? So when we do debates and shit in class, all I need is like a quick summary of some shit, and I can just go freestyle it and just know exactly what I'm talking about, the points I need to make. And even if I really don't know what I'm talking about, I can make it sound like that. You know what I'm trying to say? It's using to work on emphasizing shit and work on your charisma and how you say things, because it's not really what you say, it's how you say it. Like if you say that shit with your chest, then you're going to be a better communicator. And like in person, you know what I'm trying to say, I have a lot of eyes on me at all times, not even to sound like that, but just like when I go out and when I go to the gym, when I'm talking to people, when I'm talking to girls. So it's always, you got to say shit with your chest and just be confident in what you say and how you present it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really what it is, just working on it, talking to people, mingling. And she would say I would make her feel love, which is why she used me to bring that, because she has family trauma, like her dad left out, all that. So she never felt love. She said, man, look, she said she had dreams about that dude. If she has dreams about him, then it's kind of clipped, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? I think that's the end thing. If she's dreaming about him, like Chris said, she's probably closing his eyes, thinking about him. You know what I'm trying to say? She instantly got mad and cried. Yeah, if she gets mad and cries and gets mad defensive, she's manipulating you, bro. Hate to say it. Like homegirl last week, bro. I told her to get out of my crib. She started crying, punching the air, going crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? So like, not going crazy, but you know what I mean. Not to be disrespectful with it, she was bugging out. So yeah, definitely. What y'all gotta say on that?
chuck them deuces until she's ready to come, like stop doing all this and so like infatuated with this dude. Because right now you can't do nothing, bro. You know what I mean? She can't get out of that pothole on your back. She has to, put her big girl pants on and step up and work towards becoming her own person. Because this sounds like what a lot of guys go through after getting their heart broke for the first time, having dreams and crying about that girl that did them dirty. It's the same thing, bro. She's broken right now, and there's nothing you can do to fix her. She has to fix herself. You know what I mean? She's hurt, and she has to go through a healing process, whatever that may be. Got to give her time. You know what I'm saying? And let her do what she got to do. And at the same time, don't wait up for her. You know what I mean? If someone else, if law of attraction or the Most High puts another girl in your life that's ready for you, that's ready to, build something with you, then, you take her on, because there's always going to be someone else for her when the time is right. Timing is everything when dealing with women.
Exactly.
And the timing right here is it's just not it.
Exactly. Like Chris, before you go, I was going to say, like Paul said, timing is everything. Like there really is no one that's meant for you. There's one for a good point in time, for an ideal circumstance, but there is no one. And a lot of dudes get get infatuated with a chick that really isn't good for them long term. You feel what I'm saying? You just got to be cognizant of that, Chris, what was you want to say?
Yeah, Jay Rick out. Those were two very important details you didn't say the first time. So retract my statement about it not being imprint. It's definitely imprint, and it's definitely pain that she's still carrying. So yeah, when you said, you don't know if you think about him or you when y'all having sex, she probably thinking about him, dreaming about him, crying over him. Yeah, so charge her to the game.
Yeah, give her back to the streets where she belonged, bro. And how do y'all deal with a female that gets mad at little stuff or blames you for stuff you didn't do? She's gaslighting you, bro. She's trying to manipulate you, but she wants to be right. And you gotta don't raise your voice, but put your foot down. Be masculine. Be strong in what you say. Like there's this one girl, right? We was out to eat, and she started giving me attitude because I didn't want to have the peanut butter sundae. I mean, no, I wanted to have the peanut butter ice cream sundae because we always go halves on dessert, and because it's like a big ass tub of ice cream at this spot. So I was like, I don't want the Oreo sundae. We're going peanut butter. And then she started bugging out, saying, no, you always get what you want, whatever. I was like, look, we're getting the peanut butter. If you don't want, I can pay the tab and we can leave. And then she's like, oh, okay, we'll get the peanut butter. You know what I'm trying to say? You got to be not a dickhead with it, but be masculine and be assertive. You feel what I'm saying? There's a fine line between being an asshole and thumping your chest and, oh, fuck you, bitch, or whatever. But then be masculine, be assertive in what you say. And it just makes shit so much smoother. Like some days, bro, a girl will come to my crib and she'll be like, oh, who's driving tonight? And like she'll ask me to decide whether I'm driving or whether she's driving. You know what I'm trying to say? Just because they trust what I say, like Chris says, you know what I'm trying to say? So you just got to be assertive in what you say. And like when she says, like I'm trying to think of an example, bro, but if she gets mad at you, say y'all are out and you pick up your phone and she says, oh, who's that, blah, 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 trying to get mad at you, or whatever. You got to be like, look, you keep up with this attitude, we can go our separate ways, we can leave. I can leave right now. Like the girl tried to give me attitude last week. I damn near kicked her out my crib. I was like, look, I'm really not trying to do this with you. If you want to keep this up, we can leave. I'm not trying to do this. I really don't do this. If you want to keep doing that, you can leave. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be assertive with it. And she doesn't let you talk, so it means she don't respect you. That's another thing I was going to touch on too, that if she don't respect you, she's yelling at you. I mean, if she's yelling at you, always wants to be right, doesn't value your word, she's not letting you talk, bottom line, she don't respect you. So walk out that situation, because your word should be the final word. You feel what I'm saying? So when she doesn't let you talk, she doesn't respect you. When she's raising her voice at you, she doesn't respect you. Like if a girl that I'm talking to raises her voice at me, I'm just going to be like, look, like I said, we can go our separate ways if you want to keep talking like that. And then they'll stop. But it's never got to that point because I already laid the principles down right off rip. You feel what I'm saying? So she just don't respect you. So I would just don't deal with her, bro. It's not even worth the bullshit, not even worth the headache. I would just leave. You feel what I'm saying? If she's blaming you for stuff you didn't do, she's probably she don't respect you. So she knows that you're in a beta position. So she's going to keep poking, shit testing you. Because once you slip up once with the shit test, they just keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I got on that. I know I kind of went on a little tangent, but that's a good question.
Stuff, but all I gotta say to that is you gotta, stay on your P's and Q's, because she's trying to rouse something out of you and see how far she could take it, to see if you're that dude that she thinks you are, which is that emotional dude that she could, rile up and have fun and toy with, or you're that dude that's gonna be 10 toes, sturdy, and not really be pressed about anything that comes your way. Because if she does throw something at you and she sees that she can't poke holes in your boat, either she's gonna keep it moving and look for someone that she can manipulate and have fun with, or she's gonna respect you, see you for the man that you really are, and try to work something with you and like actually respect the words that you say and the way you do things. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, strictly based off the two examples you gave, saying that she's not letting you talk and she's raising your voice, etc. I can tell it's a problem with you. It's not about her, it's about you. Like CG said, it's a lack of respect. She doesn't respect you, respect your word, respect who you are as a man or a young man. Um, it's just a lack of respect overall. So women are gonna take advantage of anything they see that they can overpower, overthrow, or take over and capture. And she sees you as that guy. She sees you as that guy who, okay, I could just talk over him. I could just yell over him. I could just raise my voice and he not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So that's a you problem. That's a problem that you have to figure out within yourself. You have to ask yourself, okay, what is it about me that makes her feel comfortable with yelling at me? What is it about me that makes her feel comfortable with yelling and talking over me and quote unquote not letting me speak, which really means that you just got afraid of her raising her voice, so you shut up. That's really what that means. You got to ask yourself these questions. I've only had one chick ever raise her voice at me. And when it happened, I just dished her to the curb. It's always going to be some chicks who just are disrespectful. They just don't have no home training. So, we've all had a chick raise their voice or do whatever, but it's only happened to me one time. Most other chicks, when they see me and when they first speak to me, they know, like, it ain't no yelling. It ain't no trying to raise your voice to talk over me. It ain't no not letting me speak, quote unquote. Like, that game is not being ran here. They could just tell of seeing me and feeling my energy and talking to me one time. So, and if they were to try to do it, like CG said, you just lay them boundaries down. You let them know it ain't about being the loudest and being the scariest looking and saying the most cuss words. Your word alone and a little bit of stern eye contact should put her, back in line. If she's stepping out of pocket, your essence should put her back in pocket. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna just touch on the other point too. If it's your mom, cousin's girlfriend, bottom line, they don't respect you. Like, even my mom, I'm trying to say, I'm a grown ass man. I'm 20 years old. I still live at home though, because I'm in college and whatever. But even when me and my mom, we butt heads all the time. Like, we butt heads about the eyebrow slit. I said, look, Mom, I said, if I want to go get my ears pierced, if I want to go get another tat, I'm gonna go do it. I'm trying to say, I'm a grown man, not to sound disrespectful, laying down my principles. Like, look, you raised me, appreciate everything you've done, but I'm a grown man. I can go out in the world and make my own decisions and live with the consequences of that. And that it's a mutual respecting. My mom isn't going to be happy with every decision I make. At the end of the day, she knows that I'm productive, I'm a good person, and that she respects me and respects my word and respects my cognizant decision making. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely. If it's your mother too, yeah, I just said that. How do y'all have tunnel vision in the gym? Let's wrap this up at like 9:15 because I want to go watch the football game. We've been on here for about 2 hours now, so this will be our last question. But how do y'all have tunnel vision in the gym? I'll finish the set, look in the mirror, see a female looking at me, that instantly get distracted and lose focus. I feel you, bro. There's mad baddies at my gym, but honestly, I let them look at me and then I'll talk to them after my workout. I'm trying to say? If a girl comes across my path, I'll make the approach after my workout. But when I'm in the gym, honestly, bro, I'm just so angry and just so focused and so pissed off because I don't want to sit bench anymore. That I'm just on a revenge tour right now. That I'm just really don't care about females. And when you get to that point, then you'll have tunnel vision in the gym because you need to want it for yourself. Like, when I go in the gym every day, I'm just pissed off, bro. That's really the best way to know how to word it. Not emotional, whatever, but it's like a cold type of anger that don't go away, that I always have, because, I'm trying to say, that's why I talk with the edge too, is just because I'm pissed off because Corona's a blessing, but also took away my comeback season. So now I have to wait a whole nother year to feel that feeling of being on the field again. And now I have to wait a whole nother year to compete. So I'm angry. And I'm angry because all the shit that went down at my last school. I'm angry because I still feel like I'm slept on. I'm angry because I had a bunch of scholarships get pulled in one day when I entered the transfer portal. I had a coach call me damaged goods. I had people hate on me. I still got people that hate on me. Not that I let that shit phase me, but I'm just, when you get to that point where you just want to shut everybody up, and when you want what you want for yourself, I want to be a starter. I want a pro day tryout. I want all that. And when you get to that point of desperation, and you get to that point of you're just so fed up and angry, then you'll have tunnel vision. Like I could have a dime working out next to me, and if I'm about to squat 500, I'm not even looking at her. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm just so zoned in. I have my hoodie on. That's why I usually work out with a hoodie on, just because it just keeps my eyes straight forward. You feel what I'm saying? So when you get to that point of just anger and desperation, I know those are two really, like, desperation, I don't want to word it like that, like, but it's just like you just want what you want and nothing will knock your focus off. That's the point you'll get to when you have tunnel vision in the gym, and nobody can motivate you. I can't give you any type of tips, but you need to find that for yourself. Like, I was actually going to make a video on this too. So my coach, I got benched. I never told anybody this on YouTube, but I got benched my state championship game my senior year of high school. So my last ever high school game, I did not play because I was getting in fights in practice. I was arguing with the coach. I was emotional. I was throwing my helmet and shit like that. I let up a touchdown week 1 of the playoffs, and they took me out, and I started arguing with my coach, whatever, because it was a close game, and I got caught looking in the backfield, wasn't even paying attention. They ran a little combo route, but regardless, I let up a touchdown. I should have been there, and my coach took me out because I was hanging my head down. I was pissed off, whatever, the next drive. So he said, yo, CG, get out. And I didn't play the rest of that game. So probably like 3/4 of that game in the playoffs. And we had a first round bye. So that was our only game in the playoffs. And then our state championship, I did not play anytime at all because I was arguing with my coach. I was emotional. I was throwing my helmet. So I see that dude every day in the gym. And there's no type of hard feelings. There's no type of anger because I see why he did it. Because honestly, I was toxic to the team. You feel what I'm saying? I was always talking crazy, flipping out, whatever. So I see why he did it now that I'm more mature and I look back on it. But I see him and I get angry because I see the way I remember how he made me feel. You know what I'm trying to say? I never want to feel that way again. And then he told me that I would never play in college football, that I'm a shitty player with a shitty attitude. So I don't like him and I don't respect him. But it's no hard feelings towards him. But just the way he made me feel puts me in my zone. Like because we basically on the same schedule. So whenever I'm there, usually 5 out of the 6 days a week that I'm there, he's probably there. And like, you know, I'm trying to say, he feels my presence. Sometimes he'll look at me, he'll give me a little wave. I'll just give him a quick head nod. But it's just the fact that I'm just so angry of how he made me feel that I want to be so good that regardless of what I say, regardless of what happens, nobody will bench me again. You feel what I'm saying? So when you get to that point of anger, you get to that point of just being fed up and pissed off, then you'll have tunnel vision. And I know I kind of went on a little tangent, but that's a really good question. And when you're that angry and that focused, when you're that angry and that fed up, nothing will knock your focus off, bro. And you can only find that shit within yourself. You feel me? What y'all got?
Man, that shit was tough, bro. But all I got to say about that is, you know what you're going in there for. You know what I mean? Know what you're trying to get out of this. Just because a girl's there doesn't mean you got to poop your pants and say, oh, snap, and look every 5 seconds to make sure she's not looking at you, to make sure, you know, she's doing her thing and you're doing yours. Nah, you came in the gym for one reason, for yourself, to put in the work so you could, you know, get what you put in, receive what you put in, get what you need to get done. And when you leave, then you can, you know, engage in that if you want to. But the mission isn't done. You know what I mean? You came in there with a mission, with a task above your head, and you got to knock it out. You got to know what you came in there for. You got to know your real purpose. And after you do that, then you can indulge if you want to, bro. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, just like both of them already said. Well, number one I want to touch on is having your priorities straight and having your structure there. So like Paul said, know what you're going in there for. Yeah, my mic is on. So, you know, I might see a bad chick in the gym, but if I know I only have 1 minute to rest in between my set of squats, okay, yeah, I might see the chick with the fat ass. I might look for 12 seconds. You know, I might be staring, but it's like, okay, if I know I only got a minute to rest, I still got to hit my squat set at the end of this 60 seconds. So it ain't nothing I could do. You know what I'm saying? Even if I wanted to, you know, so that's number one, having a structure to your workouts. And number two is just knowing how you train. You know, like CG said, he get real riled up. He digs deep in his emotions and, you know, finds that fire that's going to light him up. That's what you call tunnel vision. You know, a guy like me, my brain goes blank when I'm in the gym. Like you said, tunnel vision, my brain turns into space. Like it's just nothing there. and you got to know how quick or how slow it takes for you to get back on focus. You know, like some guys, I got a friend who you can't throw him off focus at all. Cause soon as he off focus, he gone, like it's done. Like once he catch the tunnel vision, he can't lose it. But like a guy like me, for whatever reason, everybody different. A guy like me, I can hop off focus, you know, not like I want to be off focus, but I could let something take my focus away and I can hop right back on focus just as quick. So if I'm looking at a chick with a fat ass and I look at my clock and it's only 30 seconds left for my next set of squats, and I'm like, damn, that bitch got a fat ass. I could just stand up, set myself up under that bar and blank my brain out just like that. And I'm good. And the only thing in my brain is cues and pushing his weight, nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to find out how you train and have structure to your workout.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, we're gonna wrap shit up tonight. You know what I'm trying to say? It's getting late. I'm trying to go watch Antonio Brown for y'all that y'all NFL fans out there. AB's my boy. I hope he comes and lights the league on fire. I'm gonna go watch the game right now. So salute to everybody that joined. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, run the shit up. Subscribe to Paul, subscribe to Chris. I'll add the link in the description after this video and after the game. I'm gonna go edit this shit. But peace out, y'all. Salute.
all right, y'all.